welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient. And you will have your pool in no time.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Is SportsCenter.
I'm Ed Bankin. It is a busy day in the baseball playoffs with all four series continuing. One is in the third inning, the first of four today. All games on ESPN Radio. It's the Mariners and Tigers in the third. It's Seattle up 1-0. Going to dominate Canzone. RBI single. A win for Seattle will send the Mariners to the ALCS. Coming up next, the Brewers and the Cubs with Milwaukee leading that series 2-0. Then the Blue Jays and the Yankees. The Yankees stayed alive with a win in Game 3. And ESPN's Tim Kirchin said Aaron Judge's big home run has been the highlight of the postseason for what's been an impressive one for the slugger.
He's had a great postseason. He had 10 hits at the time, but now he's got the one big swing in the postseason that he hadn't had.
The last game of the day will be the Phillies and Dodgers from Los Angeles, with LA looking for a sweep up 2-0. NFL news, Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray missed practice today with a foot injury. No word yet on his status for Sunday against the Colts. The Bengals say that quarterback Joe Flacco will start against the Packers, this after being acquired by the Browns yesterday. Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson again did not practice with his hamstring injury.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ Chris Candy coming up Thursday. The Eagles are 4-1. I'll tell you why a loss to my Giants would mean it's time to panic in Philly. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's ride!
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
User. And Mr. Toby Tomplay. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Oh, by the way, it's a hump day. Gotta get my timing. Still gotta get my rhythm.
It's hump day.
So used to one cadence for so long.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
It changes.
Hump day.
Notably slower.
It's hump day.
Got to get it down.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Mr. Toby Tomplay
Hump day.
with the remix on the AFR intro.
It's hump day.
That's like all the Taylor's version.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Call it Toby's version.
Hump day.
Same song,
It's hump day.
just re-recorded.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Sounds a little different.
Hump day.
Which one do you like better?
It's hump day.
The original
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
or AFR TV?
Hump day.
Toby's version.
It's hump day.
You know, that's what they call them, Muse, the Taylor version. They call them whatever, like Rep TV.
Mike,
Red
Mike.
TV.
What day is it, Mike?
I didn't know
Taylor's
that.
TV's Taylor's version.
Got it.
Hump day.
Erica was really excited when Rep TV was going to come out.
It's hump day.
That's Reputation Taylor's version.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
But then she never dropped it.
Hump day.
Because she bought her music rights.
It's hump day.
So she didn't need to anymore.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
You know that whole story?
Hump day.
No, I don't know.
It's hump day.
Well, it's a fascinating story, you see.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Apparently the artists don't own the rights to their music.
Hump day.
And so Taylor Swift was re-recording all of her music so she'd own the rights to it.
It's hump day.
And then she was able to buy the rights to her music.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Cost her about $300 million.
Hump day.
She's got it.
Put a significant dent in the money she made from the world tour she went on.
It's hump day.
Eras.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
That's what the tour was called, the Eras tour.
Hump day.
I don't know if you knew that.
It's hump day.
I'd heard that, yeah.
Yeah. I went.
Mike.
I went to
What
the
day
Eras
is it,
tour.
Mike?
About a year ago, actually.
Hump day.
Last October.
It's hump day.
Oh, LSU's going to play football this weekend.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
When you get to Wednesday after the bye week,
Hump day.
you're really just itching for a game.
It's hump day.
Come on, Saturday.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Oh, the Saints stink.
Hump day.
I mean, I'm glad they won last week and all, but they stink.
It's hump day.
Joe Murray. Oh, Muse.
Where's my backup?
Oh,
I have
Muse.
one.
Oh, Muse.
Murray, present.
There it is.
4:15.
Hump day.
Russ Mitchell, hour 3.
It's hump day.
Okay, let's get going here. Let's begin as we do every single day.
It's time to pop the top on another edition of AFR with Bud Light. Drink easy.
Kill that, please. Okay. I'm going to have a moment here. Just for a quick second as we start the day. I'd have a moment. LSU's getting ready to play South Carolina on Saturday. And we're now kind of diving into game week. And it has come to my attention that the ninnies in Columbia, South Carolina are still whining about what happened a year ago. So much so that Shane Beamer at his press conference was asked if this is a revenge game for South Carolina going against LSU on Saturday in Tiger Stadium after what happened last year. Now, to his credit, Shane Beamer downplayed that. Hit him, Muse?
No. We obviously introduced LSU last week. We had a team meeting in practice on Sunday. We had a team meeting in practice today. I haven't brought it up.
Okay, that's enough. I brought it up. He said, oh, we need to play better and all this. Okay, good for you, Shane Beamer. Hopefully that message resonates with the ninnies in your fan base. Because I'm going to tell you, after LSU beat South Carolina 36-33 in Columbia a year ago, I got pretty sick and tired of the ninnies in the South Carolina fan base whining about the bad calls. Let me tell you something, ninnies in the South Carolina fan base. You can't grab a quarterback by the horse collar and yank him to the ground, forcing an interception. That's going to draw a flag 100 times out of 100. And then after a quarterback throws an interception and you blindside block him into oblivion, that's going to draw a flag. Hey, you remember that bowl game that LSU played? Hey, remember that bowl game LSU played against UCF? They were the defending champs at the time. UCF, remember that? It was the Fiesta Bowl against the defending national champs, Central Florida, Central Florida, one of them. And Joe Burrow threw an interception, and some defensive lineman teed him up and knocked him into next year. Remember that? You know what happened? They threw a flag. Because you can't blindside block. Listen, I love Jacked Up. I love NFL's Greatest Hits. I love Decleating the Fool. Those are great things. But you can't do it anymore. And if you do it, you're going to get a flag. So shut up. Quit whining. How about this, South Carolina ninnies? No, we were 9-3. We didn't get robbed against LSU. We'd have been a playoff. I got an idea. Don't get your ass kicked by Ole Miss. Don't have your quarterback, Rex Specs, throw awful interceptions and miss wide open receivers against Alabama. I got an idea. In that LSU game that you're whining about these calls, how about this, ninnies? Don't blow a 17-point lead on your home field. How about that? You remember that? South Carolina was up 17-0, blew a 17-point lead at home field. LSU storms back, takes the lead. Carolina gets the lead back. Great. You know what happened then? LSU scored with less than 2 minutes to go to retake the lead. Josh Williams scored a touchdown. Don't give up the lead in the final 2 minutes, you ninnies, on your home field. And then even after that, it's LSU defense let Carolina go right down the field, and they're lining up for a field goal to tie the game at the end of regulation. You know what they did? Shankopotamus yanks one into the 8th row. Don't miss the game-time field goal. Instead, you know what that is? That's what losers do. Losers complain about the refs. Losers blame everybody else. And that's why South Carolina, for the entirety of their existence, have been losers. They never won a damn thing. Took Steve Spurrier coming along for them finally to win 11 games. They ain't never won nothing, never going to win nothing because you got a loser mentality. You lose a game, instead of looking at the fact that you blew a 17-point lead on your home field, you gave up a game-winning drive with 2 minutes, you missed a field goal at the end of the game, you want to blame someone else instead of your own sorry-ass self. Losers. That's what you are. That's a loser's mentality. That's why you've been a loser forever. Tell you, South Carolina fans complain about this nonsense. I don't know who's going to win on Saturday. Clearly, I don't know that. I picked LSU. I thought LSU was going to wax Ole Miss. They lost the game. What do I know? What I do know is if LSU loses, we'll all be here on Monday, and LSU fans will be complaining about how bad LSU's offensive line is. Nussmeyer's ain't going to be saying nothing about the rest of South Carolina. Look at yourself. Got to sit here a year later and hear this argument all rehashed again. South Carolina was a pretty good team last year. You have 36 points on your home field to LSU. You dorks. Be better. Don't blame the officials. Don't blame everybody else. Blame yourself for why you lose all the time. Why you never won anything. By the way, you know LSU's 22-1 all time against South Carolina? Played 23 times in history. Carolina won the first one ever, like 95 years ago. And then they won in Tiger Stadium in 94. Way to go, Curly. They won in Tiger Stadium, and that's what they were. South Carolina was sorry back then. They were a couple of years into the SEC. I remember that was a Tiger Vision game. I remember watching that. I was at Ryan and Zinga's house. Shout out to Ryan and Zinga. I don't know what Ryan and Zinga's doing these days, but I was watching that game at his house in 1994. And then they went to Columbia in 1995 and tied. Boy, LSU was bad in my early years, man. I mean, my coming up was those 6 straight losing seasons. Not a lot of fun. Anyway, shut up, South Carolina fans. Tired of y'all. Be glad when LSU wins this game on Saturday. I don't ever have to talk to y'all again for at least 2 more. Well, I guess it'll be next following. We'll see what it'll be. You'll get more cracks. You'll get more bites at the apple, South Carolina. More opportunities to lose games and blame somebody else. South Carolina. Shut up! Have a delicious ice cold Bud Light. That'll chill you out. The official beer of the LSU Tigers. The official beer of the New Orleans Saints. Official beer of AFR. Hey, look, you're going to be out tailgating this weekend. Grab you an ice cold Bud Light in the white can or the 16-ounce aluminum bottle. Get it all at great local retailers. Friends over at the Mocklers been great partners of LSU, great partners of the Saints. Of course, great community partners as well. Baton Rouge. They got the Homa office as well. They got the Southwest office there in Lake Charles. Tell you what, man. Drink easy. The great taste of Bud Light. You can be cheering on the Tigers either at your tailgate, at your game watch party at your house, at a great sports bar or restaurant. Reach for the delicious, refreshing, crisp taste of ice-cold Bud Light, the official beer of AFR. All right, y'all, it's after further review. Hump Day shows are brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. I got a quick break. The New Orleans Saints are back on the practice field. We'll get to the Saints attendance here in just a little bit. Taylor Calandro later this hour. We will get to what Brian Kelly and Shane Beamer said on the SEC coaches teleconference here on Wednesday as we're at the halfway point of the week before both the Tigers and the Gamecocks jump back into SEC play. Stay with us. It's AFR.
After further review.
All right, y'all, got to remind you about Glow Resources, GLO, glowresources.com, glowresources.com, complete employer solutions. That's what you get at Glow Resources. I want you to check them out online if you're a business owner, an HR manager, a hiring manager, the operations manager. If you're the person responsible for doing the hiring and making sure you have the right people in your business, not only the right people in the business, but the right people in the business in the right seats on the bus. That's what Glow Resources does. They're not a staffing company. They represent the client. They represent you, the business owner. These employees that they find are permanent solutions. It's not just someone looking for the next paycheck, but their next career opportunity. That's what Glow Resources is there. They specialize in skilled blue-collar labor. If it's welders, carpenters, heavy equipment operators, crane operators, but also on the admin side. They do it all, and it's Glow Resources. So check them out online at glowresources.com.
We typically think of stress as being bad for us. At Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, we are researching how certain types of stress, such as exercise, can be good for our immune health. By studying people under extreme stress, such as athletes, astronauts, service members, and first responders, we're learning how to improve the immune health of everyone. That's the power of research. That's the impact of champions. Together, we roar.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here. We eat out here. We watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient, and you will have your pool in no time.
Mornings with Brian Haldane is the only live and local talk show in the capital city. Get the news from the newsmakers, along with traffic and weather updates throughout the morning. The conversation starts
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
You know, running the ball opens up the rest of the offense. So with the inability to run the ball, teams are gonna, drop 8, and then it makes it hard for us and the, passing game to get going. So, as an O-lineman, I take responsibility for that. I feel like that's on us, and we need to be better.
That's LSU center Braylon Moore again. It's a narrative that we've talked about plenty throughout the course of certainly the open date, but really all this season, while a lot of the conversation has been about Nussmeier's health. And I understand, and I've said it repeatedly, I'll continue to say it. I'm not here to convince you of anything. Everyone's made up their mind. Is Nuss hurt? Is he not? Is it affecting him? Whatever. You can believe what you believe. I'm not trying to convince you one way or the other. I'm just offering what my point of view is. And my point of view is that I don't believe Garrett Nussmeier's injury has dramatically limited him. I think you have had an offensive line, which we have had as the singular central question about LSU's football team since the end of last year. Going into spring, every day, every spring report, we talked about the line, the shuffle, who is playing where, same with fall camp. Now you're 5 games in, and you're struggling. Like, you're 122nd in the country in rush offense, and you're struggling to block 3-man fronts and protect for Garrett Nussmeier. When they're dropping, you heard Brian Kelly say it, you heard Braylon Moore say it. When they're dropping 8, it's hard for Garrett Nussmeier to throw. Now, Brian Kelly was on the SEC coaches teleconference, and this was Wednesday, and he was asked about this team, the offensive line, struggling to protect against those three-man fronts.
The pressures have not been the issue, really, because we've played pretty clean. We've given our quarterback an opportunity to throw the football in those situations. It's the drop 8. It's 8 men in coverage, and obviously it's tougher sledding that way. So to complement that, you obviously want to have a better balance of run to pass. We have not been effective enough in running the football in those 3-man looks, and that's really been our focus, is running the football and being much more efficient at doing so versus 3 down and of course 4 down.
So he's not wrong. As we've gone through a lot of the PFF numbers, the pass blocking grades for the offensive line at times they were not against Ole Miss, but for the rest of the season they've been pretty good. The inability to run the ball is at the center of what we're talking about here and have largely been talking about, and the willingness to run the ball against 3- and 4-man fronts. Now, I'm going to circle back to Braylon Moore in just a second, but Brian Kelly was also talking about shuffling this offensive line. Now, I don't know necessarily that we're definitively going to see that this weekend. They've alluded to the fact Weston Davis, they expect, is going to clear concussion protocol. Brian Kelly said he's a go. I would fully expect Weston Davis is going to start at right tackle. The bigger question then becomes left guard. If Paul Mabenga is not available, that's Binko and Eccles. Do we see Karius Kern get a look over there as well? That's maybe the question. So about getting younger guys involved, and do they start to shuffle this line a little bit? And that's what Brian Kelly was asked about, how you shuffle that line. Especially, remember, we saw a little bit of that in Kelly's first year in 2022 when by that third game is when they had inserted Emory Jones at right tackle, where Campbell had started from the beginning. They moved Frazier into guard. Dellinger moved from center to guard. They moved Charles Turner in, et cetera. So, you saw that over the first month of the season. There was a big shuffle there in 22. And so Kelly was asked, how do you manage shuffling the offensive line?
We've got a couple of young players. When is the right time to insert them? And I think for us, and for me in particular, inserting a young player into the lineup is when you know that one play is not going to affect his second or third or fourth or fifth play. And so emotional maturity is really, really important. We were able to play 2 freshmen here early in my career because they had emotional stability. And so gauging that with consistency in making sure that they know what they're doing every snap. I'm okay with a mistake or two from some young players. What I can't have is catastrophic mistakes. So that's the evaluation process, really, in terms of when we may insert somebody into the lineup midseason.
Well, that whole how do you manage mistakes and can you avoid catastrophic mistakes is the big question that we all need to be singularly focusing on when we talk about Karius Kern, because he's the guy who, it would stand to reason, is going to be the one who has the opportunity potentially to take on that role. Now, Braylon Moore was asked about this bye week for the LSU offensive line and what they were able to accomplish and how it went.
Yeah, I've just been big in self-scout. Been watching all the film from our past games and most recently the Ole Miss game. And we actually sat down with the running backs and tight ends and just talked about ways that we can improve and hone in on details. But also, getting healthy was big too.
Getting healthy is big, and we'll see what that means for him, certainly. Remember, Braylon Moore's been playing on a sprained ankle, and we'll see what happens with Mabenga. But this is not a very long answer, but he was asked what is missing in this run game where they rank 121st in the country.
Yeah, we just lack details. We just lack execution. I can't tell you why that is. We're trying to figure that out. We just got to focus in more, I would say.
If this is the point where you're expecting me to give you the answer, I don't have it. I don't know. And I'll be just as interested as everyone to see. Because if they do find the unlock offensively running the football, which then forces teams to stop committing so many numbers into the secondary, that's the domino effect that I think does open up the passing game. And I sincerely hope that happens this weekend against South Carolina. But it's one of those, I think you got to see it to believe it. Now, When Brian Kelly was on the teleconference, he also just talked about this offense, like just being a little more loose in how they play.
I don't think it's just tempo. I think it's cutting back on the perfect formations, right? We have a lot of pre-snap motioning and changing of formations. That slows you down a little bit, as well as, from our perspective, not having, some lock calls where let's just call it and let's roll. We've wanted to check a lot of plays at the line of scrimmage, so they have a tendency to slow you down. So where do you go from there? You go to a lot more of offensive plays that are static in their alignment and they're universal in their call. In other words, regardless of what coverage you get, you're going to be able to run these plays. So I think that's where we're moving towards, Michael, a little bit more of that, and that'll allow us to play faster.
Call the play, run the play. That's it. Call the play, run the play. Don't go up to the line, looking at what defense they're in, making changes, check with me's. Call the play, run the play. I would very much be in favor of that. Stop having this offensive line think so much. Call the play, run the play. That's what he said. He said it in 42 seconds, but the simplest way to say it is call the play, run the play. Now, when you're talking about establishing your identity offensively, you're playing a team in South Carolina that has struggled with that this year. A year ago, they were outstanding running the football because you had Lenora Sellers, but you also had Rocket Sanders. You had a veteran SEC running back and a good offensive line, and you were outstanding running the football. Well, Sanders is gone. You've had some shuffles on the offensive line, and that has really affected Lenora Sellers. He has not rushed for 100 yards on the season, Lenora Sellers, let alone in a game. But for a team that has struggled offensively, their last game out, they played Kentucky, and late in that game, they made a commitment to running the football, which might have been their unlock at finding their offensive identity. That's something Shane Beamer talked about when he was meeting with reporters on Tuesday. He was asked about their offensive identity, and he alluded to what happened late in that Kentucky game.
Yeah, we're still developing as a team, Jack. The brand and the identity that we play with, there were a lot of signs of that against Kentucky last Saturday night. And offensively, as I told you guys, to line up and run the ball 14 straight plays or 14 out of 15, that's a pretty strong freaking identity right there that we put on tape against Kentucky that we want to continue to put on tape, the ability to run the football and make explosives in the passing game. We've shown signs of that throughout the season with our big plays in the passing game, with our ability to finish the game like we did running the ball the other night offensively against Kentucky. We just haven't done it consistently enough.
You heard what he said? They ran the ball on 14 out of 15 plays against Kentucky. That might be an overcommitment, but that is a commitment to running the football. South Carolina ran it on 14 out of 15 plays, while LSU against Ole Miss only twice the entire game had back-to-back running plays. That's the difference when finding an identity, committing to the run, and at times participating in the run. That's what I'm not looking for LSU to go to run the ball 14 out of 15 plays. Now, I would love to see you do that and be able to ice a game away. But more than anything, I am looking to see this team show more of a commitment to running the football on Saturday, because if you're closer to balance, how does that look offensively? All right, it's after further review. We're glad you're with us. Our Hump Day shows are brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. We're going to go around the SEC here in just a smidge. Taylor Calandro in about 15 minutes from right now. Let's do a little Bourbon Dictionary. We are going to head up to Boston. Joe Murray's going to be here.
Murray, present.
In about 45 minutes from right now, we'll take a look at the New England Patriots. I'll ask him about Will Campbell, how the rookie's done here to start his career. So we'll get to that coming up in just a bit. Russ Mitchell in hour 3. Hey, we're brought to you by Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Windows, door siding. Oh, yeah. They do shutters as well at Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Hey, remember, when we talk about Relief Windows, there's a lot of companies that will sell you windows. And, if you're thinking about vetting different companies and who to hire, who to go with, you can certainly shop price, but I want to be clear. If you're shopping price, then don't call Relief Windows. Like if you're just looking for who's the cheapest, that's never going to be Relief Windows. They can't be. They sell a premium product. They measure twice. They install once. They have an entire customer service division. Like a lot of people may say they service your home, your windows. Relief Windows has an entire division that is just customer service. They have just measure techs and just installers. That's what allows you to give you perfectly installed windows and the best experience possible. And they also offer a true lifetime transferable warranty. Some companies can say they offer a warranty. Have they been around long enough to know if they actually can honor a lifetime transferable warranty? What if that company's out of business in 2 or 3 years? Then what? You never have to worry about that with Relief Windows. Windows, door siding, they do shutters as well. Relief Windows and reliefwindows.com. All right, y'all, it is After Further Review, and we're glad you're hanging out with us here. The New Orleans Saints are wrapping up on the practice field. As soon as they're off the field, we'll be able to run through the attendance for practice, and we'll get the full injury report as well. But we'll know better about who might be available for the Saints here at the midway point of this week as the Saints get ready to play the New England Patriots. So we'll get to that here in just a smidge. All right, Bourbon Dictionary with Taylor Calandro in 15 minutes. Get your booze questions in. Email us, tweet us, text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. We'll knock out a break. When we come back, we'll go around the SEC. So stick around here on Hump Day edition of AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness.
AFR.
Get Gordon and get it done. It is official, y'all. We got the winner chicken dinner. The 2025 Billboard Design Competition winners. First place, Madeline LeBlanc with the vintage postcards. Second place went to Amy Gonsolin, Dancing with the Law. And then third place went to Christine Cousins. She had a Ghostbuster Gordon billboard. Over 500 submissions for the Get Gordon Billboard Design Competition. They did a great job with them. And here are your Billboard Design Contest winners. Got to love to see it, man. So congrats to all of the winners. What a fun thing to do with Gordon. Loves to have fun with his advertising and his marketing, and certainly to involve the audience and to do fun giveaways as well. So congrats to the winners. Congrats to Madeline LeBlanc, who took first place, and to all the winners and for everyone who participated. You know what to do. Get Gordon and get it done.
Raising Cane's is our victory meal. Football fans are some of the most dedicated fans in sports. It's a fundamental quality we share, and that fuels every single order of our hand-battered chicken fingers. Wherever there's football, there's Raising Cane's. One love. Let's go.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Need security services you can count on? With Veteran Security Services, you're always protected. Locally owned and proudly serving the Gulf Coast, they're not some big national firm chasing profits. They're neighbors protecting neighbors. From petrochemical plants and healthcare facilities to port and maritime operations, Veteran Security delivers reliable protection you can trust. Choose community. Choose confidence. Choose Veteran Security Services. Visit veteransecurityfirm.com.
My father, J.B. Falgu, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his legacy of compassion, loyalty, and dedication. Through his years of leadership, First American has prospered to heights even J.B. could not have imagined. I know my father would be extremely proud of the customer service and financial stability that First American provides to Southeast.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
I've never heard of Bradford Freeman. You ever heard of him? Bradford Freeman? You ever heard of him, Muse?
Not before today, no. I didn't know who that was.
Paulie, you heard of Bradford Freeman?
I have not, no.
Yeah. Apparently he's a really rich guy who played football at Stanford in the 60s, and he gave him $50 million.
It was generous of him.
Not the university. The football program. Oh. Hey, here's $50 million. NBD, need a write-off nearing the end of the year. Gotta lessen that tax bill a little bit. $50 million for the football program. I think it's fascinating because that's the type of gift that can make you instantly relevant again. And I've always wondered about places like Stanford. The ones, and I should use Stanford really, but the ones that I use more so are like the Ivy League. Like if the Ivy League wanted to dominate football, they could. They could. Like if the Ivy League wanted to win every national championship, they could. Because they have, like, their endowments are such that they could like rebuild their campuses out of solid gold and still never run out of money. Like when you have these 11-figure endowments, 12-figure endowments, like, the interest alone allows you to function at a rate that you will never, ever run out of money. And so if they wanted to be great, they could, but it's just not their priority at places like Harvard and Yale, and not like they want to be great academic schools. And everything else they do supplements that. And that's fine. It's neither here nor there. But you wonder about places like SMU is a great example. With disgustingly wealthy alums, they bought their way into the Power Four and then bought their way into a playoff because they were willing to make the investment. I'm not knocking that at all. I think it's awesome. They've decided they want to be great and they made the investment. Good on you. So I wondered about a place like Stanford, who had a great run under Harbaugh and then David Shaw. Remember, Harbaugh in his last year at Stanford went 12-1. So Harbaugh's 4 seasons at Stanford, they went 4-8, 5-7, 8-5, 12-1. They won the Orange Bowl, and then he goes to the NFL with the 49ers. David Shaw comes in, and he's there for a long time, and wins 11, 12, 11, 8, 12, 10, and then it was 9, 9, 4, 4, 3, 3. And it just, the last 4 years were just atrocious. And you look at the investment. It didn't work out with Troy Taylor, and now Frank Reich is their interim. But, I can't help but look and think, or not their interim, he's their coach, but I can't help but look and think, like, when a place like Stanford decides they want to make the investment, how dominant will that look? Well, now you have $50 million. $50 million. And I get there's like only true third-party NIL. Like you can't just dump $50 million into the collective and pay an entire roster. At least it's all going to be in how you launder that a little bit, make it appear the way. But the point is they've got the funds now to buy a roster that could compete with any in the country. So can they get players to bite? Texas Tech's another great example. Look at teams that are historically irrelevant. SMU, Texas Tech. And don't tell me about Pony Express. I know. I mean, let's talk about in the last 50 years, okay? So 45 years. So if a place like Stanford does what Texas Tech, SMU, what these schools decide to do and dump the money into their roster, are they able to go and be competitive? Well, we're about to see. $50 million gift from a former Stanford football player to the football program. And it'll be dumped right into building this roster to see if Stanford can be relevant. SMU, Texas Tech, see if Stanford's next. All right, it's After Further Review. Glad you're hanging out with us here. We are brought to you by Parish Restoration. Of course, when we talk about NIL, a true third-party NIL deal is what Parish Restoration did with Garrett Nussmeier. We all know Garrett got engaged over the summer. He and his wife bought a home, or I should say his fiancée, his future wife, bought a home. That home had mold. Garrett called Jim Woodworth from Parish Restoration, came out, sprayed that patented non-toxic dry fog, knocked out the mold issue. You can learn more as well there at parishrestoration.com. You go to the homepage. The testimonial from Garrett's right there on the homepage at Parish Restoration. You can scroll at parishrestoration.com if you want to read about Garrett's story with Jim Woodworth. You can see it right there. Also, if you want to fill out that form on the homepage, it's easy. You want that estimate, you can get it. It's more cost-effective. It's more efficient. It's Parish Restoration. Kill mold, remove odor, other harmful pathogens. Parishrestoration.com. Parishrestoration.com. Okay, y'all. It is After Further Review. We're glad to have you hanging out with us here. Hump Day shows are brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Do it every day about this time. Let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, bringing you the biggest news from the nation's best conference, the Oklahoma Sooners.
Both offensive tackles, Michael Fasusi and Jacob Sexton, have missed multiple games. Well, Brent Venables gave an update. Fasusi, the true freshman, back at practice dealing with a high ankle sprain. Sexton, questionable, more long-term here. They hope that he returns at some point this season, but unlikely to play this week against Texas. Fasusi, the five-star freshman, is the one to watch, see if he can get back out there against the Longhorns this week.
The Georgia Bulldogs.
Speaking of offensive line injuries, Kirby Smart was asked for a couple of those on the SEC coaches teleconference, including Monroe Freeling and Ernest Green, both returning from injury. Freeling's got an ankle injury he suffered against Kentucky last week. He has been able to return to practice. They're not sure yet if he's going to be able to play this week. Freeling's played in 26 games for Georgia with 9 starts. And then Green is practicing this week. He's missed the last 3 games, but they feel good about him coming back this week.
The Tennessee Volunteers.
David Hobbs, the defensive tackle, has been injured, yet to play this year with a foot injury that he suffered in fall camp. Josh Heupel stopped short of confirming that Hobbs would play this week against Arkansas, but the injury report will come out later tonight. We should see a status change there, according to Heupel. I mean, he's a former 5-star, played in 13 games a year ago, trying to make his debut this season.
The South Carolina Gamecocks.
And South Carolina and Miami have canceled a future home-and-home football schedule that was scheduled, a series that was scheduled for 2026 and 2027. The agreement was made last week, announced here on Wednesday. A mutual decision, according to the release from the Gamecocks athletic department. So Carolina's non-conference schedule now has a home game against Towson, a road game at Clemson, and they're pursuing their 12th opponent for next season. All right, there you have it. That is Around the SEC. Hump Day shows are brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, as we always say. Visit yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. Whether it's hormone replacement therapy, it could be ED treatments, but hormone replacement therapy or any of their non-pharmaceutical treatments to help you deal with any number of things that could be ailing you. Lowering anxiety, helping with libido, helping aid in recovery from muscle repair, tissue, other issues like that, clearing brain fog for both men and women. So many amazing non-pharmaceutical options. You've heard me talk plenty about. It's worth a phone call to see if you can live your optimal life. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness can help. Lowest prices, never any contracts. Lowest prices, never any contracts. So what does it hurt to try? Visit yourgoodwood.com. Interesting, that note there about South Carolina and Miami canceling their home and home for the next 2 seasons. Of course, that's because both the SEC and the ACC are now moving to 9 league games. Remember, Miami, of course, plays Florida. Or, I guess I don't know if they're playing Florida next year, but South Carolina has their annual game with Clemson. And it's going to be one of the more fascinating things to see is the SEC-ACC rivalries that are played every year with Clemson, South Carolina, Kentucky, Louisville, Florida, Florida State. Those games, of course, are going to remain, Georgia, Georgia Tech. Those games are going to remain on all those team schedules. And that satisfies the Power 4 non-conference mandate. And so now adding a ninth league game and already having that, you're not going to play another Power 5. So all of these schools that had scheduled these Power 4 series, when told they were likely going to be moving to a 9-game league schedule, are now having to shift and shuffle to move a lot of these out. So thankfully for LSU, they did a smart thing and avoided largely a lot of this far future scheduling for these future home and home series. So not as much scheduled gymnastics needed for LSU as some of these other schools in the league and, of course, in the ACC as well. All right, it's after further review. Let's not get a quick break, y'all. We'll come back. We'll do Bourbon Dictionary with Taylor Calandro. Got booze questions, get them in. Email us, tweet us, or text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Bourbon Dictionary's next.
AFR.
Hey, we're brought to you by River City's 1 Hour Air, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime. Give them a shout, 752-0001, 752-0001, or 1hourbr.com. It's a great time of year to remind you about River City's 1 Hour Air because as the seasons change, it's when you really need to be mindful of the seasonal maintenance. So right now, it's the preseason heater safety check. Before the cold weather comes, before you turn on your heater for the first time, make sure you have River City's 1 Hour Air come out to the house, check on your heater, make sure it's clean, tuned up, running efficiently, and most importantly, safely for the coming cold weather. And look, if you crank that thing on and it's making funny noises or funny smells, River City's 1 Hour Air is who you need to call. 752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001, or 1hourbr.com, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime.
In South Louisiana, you can always count on good people coming together to help our children.
At Dreams Come True, we grant wishes for Louisiana children with life-threatening illnesses. But to do this, we need funds.
That's why we're trying to raise $100,000 for Dreams Come True by giving away the Blessed Builder School.
Make your backyard's dream come true while helping our kids.
Just go to dreampoolla.com and you can find out how your $25 donation might help win you a Duplessis pool.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
My father, J.B. Falgu, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his legacy of compassion, loyalty, and dedication. Through his years of leadership, First American has prospered to heights even J.B. could not have imagined. I know my father would be extremely proud of the customer service and financial stability that First American provides to Southeast Louisiana. We continue to thrive because of the legacy of J.B. Falgu.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief.
our clients come first.
At Luva, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com. They're the gang with the slang.
Keep it 100. I don't know what you're talking about.
This is Bourbon Dictionary with Matt Moscona and Taylor Calandro.
I don't understand.
All right, let's talk some booze. Taylor Calandro is with us. You can get your questions in. Email us, tweet us, text us. 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Yeah, dude, how are you?
I'm great, Matt. How are you?
I'd be doing a lot better if our Parish beer was already ready. I mean, what happened? You were supposed to connect us, and we made the call last week. I was being really proactive, and then you just, bailed on me.
I don't know what happened, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, you're the one making the connection.
I talk to Jacob every day, but I don't talk to him about beer. Kind of weird. But, yeah, I'm going to talk to him.
Okay.
I'll talk to him.
I don't believe you. But maybe I'll be hopeful. Maybe you just send me his number so I can do it, because I don't think you're going to. I just think
absolutely that I could do that. I could arrange for that.
Do that. That would be great. What's new?
Yeah. We got a new little whiskey from Memphis called Old Dominic, and I tried it like a week ago. It's a cask strength. It's like 120 proof, 6 years, a high rye, like really high rye. It's fantastic. It's a good little versatile whiskey. It's only $60. I've had two brands from Memphis. This one and then Blue Note. I love Blue Note.
Yeah. Y'all did a barrel pick of Blue Note a while back.
It was one of my favorite barrels we've ever done.
Yeah.
It was like $45, $50, I think, or maybe it was like $40. And it was a cask strength. It was 5 or 6 year, but it was great. Like it drank like a really an older whiskey. This is a good little whiskey too. Memphis is 2 for 2 with the stuff I've tried from them.
Okay.
So,
is this? I'm looking at this. It's an 8-year-old bourbon. Is this it? Or
no, this one's a 6 year.
Okay.
Cask strength.
Okay, so they've got.
But it's 121 proof.
Got it. Okay, so there's
different batches.
Got it. Okay, so what was the proof on it?
121.
121.
Yeah.
121. Okay, 121.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a higher proof cask strength.
There it is.
But it doesn't drink that harsh. It's got spice to it because of the rye content. It's really high rye.
Okay.
But it's pleasant. It's a good versatile bourbon.
There you go. Old Dominic, that's in. Give it a try. Give it a spin. It's also that time of year where you're starting to see some of those Oktoberfest beers popping up. Anything good or new around?
Yeah, I mean, we've got all the seasonal stuff, all the Oktoberfest, and even the Christmas stuff starting to show up. I don't know if you've been to Home Depot or any of those places.
No, I go to Clegg's.
Or Clegg's. I don't know if Clegg's put their Christmas stuff out, but all the big box stores have.
No.
It's wild to me.
Now, every Sunday I bring Drew to the mall. He loves to go to the mall, and so we ride the elevator. He likes to ride the elevator. So I put him in the wagon, I push him around the mall, and we go up every elevator in the mall. And, I mean, probably a month ago, we were in Dillard's. This is not an endorsement for Dillard's. They just have an elevator, big glass elevator, and we go up and down it. And on the second floor, all the Christmas stuff, we go up, we get out the elevator, and it's like winter wonderland. It was a month ago. It's crazy.
They get way ahead of it every year. It seems like it gets earlier every year. We're gonna start doing Christmas in August.
I know. Okay, let's get to questions. Email, tweet, text 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Greg said, "Ask Taylor what's his favorite Hawaiian drink."
Hawaiian drink. Man, I mean, I like rum punch. I'm not a big sugary drink guy, and I don't like tiki cocktails that much because they're a little too sugary for me. I like good rum punch though.
Joshua Abshire said, "What's your favorite Old Tennessee Smoky moonshine flavor?"
Jesus, I've tried a bunch of them. My favorite, I don't even know. They're all terrible. Just terrible. Pineapple.
I would like to say
they're garbage.
I am not casting judgment on anybody. If flavored whiskey is the thing you want to do, then do the thing you want to do. right?
Oh,
like
absolutely.
spirits are meant to be enjoyed. So I get asked that sometimes. Like people are afraid to talk to me sometimes about whiskey because they think I'm a whiskey snob. No, I say drink whatever you want. I don't care what you drink. Like, just enjoy it.
I tell customers, I got customers all the time come ask for like wine pairings for things, and I'll give them a pairing, but I tell them you can literally drink whatever you want to with whatever you want to. Like you can do whatever you want, whatever you want.
What do you like? Yeah, just drink what you like. Yeah.
Yeah. It at the end of the day, it will get you to the same place just about every time. So.
Unless you have a super refined palate like me. And then,
absolutely. You get different like shades of drunk and like. Okay, I got
it. Clay said, "Ask Taylor." Smoothest sip. I know that's going to trigger you. Smoothest sipping bourbon under $100.
Oh my goodness. There's a bunch. I always recommend Basil Hayden, which is very inexpensive. It's super light, and if you're just getting into it. And you want a good sipper, it does have good flavor. It's not going to bite you. It's low proof. That's a great sipper. Man, anything. Angel's Envy is an unbelievable sipper. It's finished in port wine cask, so you get a little bit of that raisiny wine finish that I really like. I could name 100 bourbons.
Yeah. Under $100, you can find a lot of really good ones. Like we always say, just because something's expensive doesn't mean it's good. Just because it's good doesn't mean it's expensive. So
there's a lot of good bourbon that's under, like 95% of it's under $100.
Yeah.
It seems like.
Oh yeah, you can find great stuff in that $40, $50 range even.
Yeah.
All right, we got to go. Taylor over at Calandro's. Thank you, dude.
All right, man. See you.
All right, we'll see you. It's after further review. You can buy some Evermore too. EVAMOR. Evermore.com. Evermore.com. Best freaking water in the world. Keep the pictures coming, too, of Evermore, man. I love getting those pictures on my text line, Twitter, DM, Facebook, everywhere. EVA, MOR, natural artesian water. It's Evermore. Drink it every day here on set. Hour number 2 of SportsCenter.
AFR.
And I'm wearing an OLOL shirt today. Our Lady of the Lake, championship health partner of LSU Athletics. Our Lady of the Lake and LSU together, we roar. You know, with Our Lady of the Lake, their mission as part of the Franciscan Missionaries of Our Lady Health System, continuing to expand healthcare in every different avenue. And I love how I get to talk about the partnership with Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, because so many people, not only in Baton Rouge, but in the entire state of Louisiana, have great love, affinity, and connection to our state's flagship university. And so be it on the academic side, of course, their great partnership with LSU Athletics as a championship health partner. Our Lady of the Lake and LSU are interwoven, and they drive each other forward. It's been a great partnership. But I love being able to talk also about the many different ways that Our Lady of the Lake and FMOL continue to expand healthcare all over the state of Louisiana so you can get world-class care right here at home. It's Our Lady of the Lake and LSU. Together, we roar.
Trust isn't given. It's earned by showing up, leading the way, and performing at your best when it matters most. Our Lady of the Lake sports medicine experts know what it takes to improve performance and build champions at every level. That's why LSU chose Our Lady of the Lake as its championship health partner, trusting Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here.
I trust the lake.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment. Dave's back on. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Raising Cane's is our victory meal.
Football fans are some of the most dedicated fans in sports. It's a fundamental quality we share, and that fuels every single order of our hand-battered chicken fingers. Wherever there's football, there's Raising Cane's.
One love. Let's go.
Supreme Jasmine is premium American-grown rice. From local farms to your table, every grain is supreme. Pick up a bag of Jasmine or any other of our Supreme American rice.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
In South Louisiana, you can always count on good people coming together to help our children.
At Dreams Come True, we grant wishes for Louisiana children with life-threatening illnesses. But to do this, we need funds.
That's why we're trying to raise $100,000 for Dreams Come True by giving away the Blessed Builders School.
Make your backyard's dream come true while helping our kids.
Just go to dreampoolla.com and you can find out how your $25 donation might help win you a Duplessis pool.
Every winner knows a great play starts with a solid game plan and the right team by your side. At Sunshine, we're here to keep your operation running strong. From tractors to harvesters, we've got the John Deere equipment you need to tackle every job with confidence. Because when the work's done right, there's more time for the things that matter, like cheering on your favorite team. Make Sunshine Quality Solutions part of your playbook this season and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Ed Benkin. The first of 4 baseball playoff games on this day has moved to the 6th inning in Detroit. The Mariners and Tigers are now tied at 3. Seattle jumped out to a 3-0 lead, but Detroit put 3 runs across in the bottom of the 5th. Javier Baez knocking in the game-tying run. Coming up in a few moments, it'll be the Brewers and Cubs with Milwaukee up 2-0. Milwaukee pitcher Quinn Priester says it's nice to have the luxury of a lot of run support when he's on the mound.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I think, when the offense is playing this way and the way, the offense has played all year is the goal is just to get them back in the dugout.
The Brewers are trying to sweep the series. The Yankees are trying to stay alive. That'll be Game 3 against the Blue Jays, with Toronto looking to close out the series of the Bronx up 2-1. And tonight, the Phillies play the Dodgers with L.A. up 2-0. All baseball playoff games can be heard here on ESPN Radio. NFL news. The Bengals acquired quarterback Joe Flacco in a trade yesterday, and today Coach Zach Taylor announced Flacco will make his first start on Sunday in Green Bay against the Packers. Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray missed practice. He's dealing with a foot injury. And also Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson missed practice, still dealing with a hamstring problem.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ Chris Candy coming up Thursday. The Eagles are 4-1. I'll tell you why a loss to my Giants would mean it's time to panic in Philly. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's rock!
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. I'm Matt.
You're a loser, Matt.
Shut up, kid. Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Murray,
present.
Mute. And Mr. Toby Tomplay. Toby TV. AFR TV.
I was about to say that's not the way to do it.
TV.
AFR TV.
Don't act like you know.
You told me.
I had explained this whole thing to you an hour ago.
So now I know.
Don't act like you're the foremost expert on TV.
I mean, believe me, I'm not, but I get it now.
I live with the world's foremost expert on TV.
Yep, you do.
Taylor's version. Toby's version. Toby remastered the AFR Open. Crank it up, Muse. Left, fun. Yeah. Get a little grunge on it. All right. We're here. Glad you are as well. Make it a good one. Joe Murray
Murray, present.
In 12 minutes from right now. He does radio up in Boston. He'll join us, talk a little bit about the Patriots. We'll get to that here in just a smidge. New Orleans Saints are off the practice field, and do we have good news? How about breaking news, Muse? Breaking news. Good news. Good news. Saints got a starter back in practice today.
Chase Young's back, huh?
No.
Oh.
No, not him.
Oh! Trevor Penning's back.
Oh, he's been back. He played last week.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Way to lock in on the team, Muse. Good job.
I watched the game.
Clearly.
Who we got?
You had the right position group there, Muse.
Oh. Is this perhaps a former first-round pick?
Might be. Ranking 91st in the NFL among all offensive guards, according to PFF.
Our guy's back.
Coming back. I wouldn't call him our guy.
It's our guy.
He's not. He's most definitely not our guy. Cesar Ruiz back in practice. Hey, look at Muse getting fired up. Paul, let's give it up to Cesar. Tell you what. Cesar Ruiz was, remember, supposed to be out 4 to 6 weeks. Now, just because he was back at practice doesn't mean he's going to play this weekend, okay? But remember, initially that timeline with the ankle injury was 4 to 6 weeks. And if nothing else, I can respect a dude who's injured getting his behind back out there and getting back on the field with his dudes. I can respect that. Ruiz deserves a lot of criticism for the fact that he hadn't played well. I mean, it ain't his fault the Saints wasted a first-round pick on him. But Ruiz was back there with his unit at practice. Now, the other player that was not there was Isaac Yiadom, and I don't think that's a great surprise. Remember, Yiadom missed last week's game with the hamstring injury. The Saints this week went and added veteran cornerback Michael Davis, and that very clearly just correlates with Yiadom's injury and the Saints not wanting Yiadom to go over the 25% snap threshold, so they maintain their compensatory pick for Paulson Adebo leaving. But there was one other little tidbit that is notable, is that, and Ross Jackson has it up at LouisianaSports.net, is that late in the media viewing portion of practice, again, so the media doesn't get to see the whole practice, but late in the media viewing portion, Chase Young did sort of just make an appearance. Now, how much did he participate? Don't know. Will he be available this week? Not sure. What would his role be? Undetermined. But we'll wait till we get the full injury report here in a little bit. And when we do, we'll have a better sense of where Chase Young is. But remember, calf injury that Chase Young said before week 1 was going to be a minor thing, no big deal. He doesn't go on short-term IR, meaning they really anticipated he'd be back within 4 weeks. Well, he's now missed 5 games. And you're going into week 6 now, still not having had Chase Young, your highest-priced free agent, your best edge rusher, available. So maybe this is the week they get him back. And if you do get Chase Young back, remember, that would be Chase Young returning to take on a rookie left tackle for the New England Patriots in Will Campbell. So that could bring a large degree of intrigue to this game if, in fact, Chase Young is back in time to face the Patriots this week. And while we're waiting on the injury report, it is worth pointing out, Mike Vrabel met with reporters earlier today. The Patriots actually get their ass out of bed and go at practice, and then their coach meets with reporters at a sensible time and said, your 18-year-old head coach who likes to sleep in because he's up playing video games and eating Twizzlers all night long. I'm kidding, Ellen. Enjoy your first win. But Mike Vrabel talked about the challenges that the Saints present.
We don't really know this opponent, I would say. This is new for a lot of players here and maybe some coaches here as far as, their personnel and what they do and their skill players offensively, and Olave and, Shaheed and how good Kamara is, and Miller coming on and running as hard as he did. They got all their tight ends are available and up ready to go, so we'll have to understand the difference between Jennings and, when Taysom's in the game or Moreau, and defensively, so it's a big physical front. I've always appreciated the way Demario Davis plays the game, and corners are active, big, long, play the football at 24 PBUs on a season as a defense, so they're creating turnovers, and that was the difference in last week's game.
Yeah. Did he say Monroe? Who's Monroe that he was talking about?
No, it wasn't Monroe. He didn't say Monroe.
I thought he said Monroe.
No, he said Moreau.
Well, who's Moreau?
I don't know.
Nobody on the team named Moreau.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anybody on the team named Jennings either, but it's whatever.
Did he drop a Jennings in?
Yeah, I think he meant Juwan Johnson. He got it confused with Juwan Jennings. he totally did. You want me to run it back?
I missed it. Oh my God. And I know Brian Kelly, maybe it's a Boston thing. Brian Kelly mispronouncing, misidentifying players. Got Mike Vrabel up there doing it.
Understand the difference between Jennings and.
Oh.
Yeah.
When he was talking about the tight ends.
Yeah.
They got both their tight ends back, meaning Taysom and Foster. Oh, maybe he meant Foster Morrow.
That could have been it.
That's probably what he meant.
That could have been it, yeah.
I thought he said Monroe.
No.
There's nobody by that name. And you said he said Morrow,
Yeah.
which there's nobody by that name either. It means Foster Morrow.
That guy's on the team, yeah.
Yep. Played last week, too.
Played well.
Played pretty well. Yeah. Good to see him out there running around. All right, so we'll wait on the injury report, and Ellen's going to speak to
Ellen Moore
to reporters. Has he done that yet, Muse? Has he spoken? Are they done?
I don't know if he's done, but I know he was. I tried to roll tape on it earlier.
Like how long ago was Ellen talking to reporters?
The last segment.
Okay, so just here in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah,
okay,
like
got
it's
it. Okay.
fresh, yeah.
Okay, all right. So the Saints are done practice. Ellen is meeting with reporters, and then we'll get an injury report a bit later.
Ellen Moore.
So good. I mean, she called the coach Ellen. I mean, it's so good. I'm not being a jerk. I promise. Bro, she called the coach Ellen.
Ellen Moore.
It's a man, and his name is Kellen, and she called him Ellen. She called him Ellen. Hit it again. What are you doing?
Ellen Moore.
Trying to compose myself.
This is never going away.
No.
I'm just here to tell you. Grandma Gail seems lovely. That's just objectively funny. I'm honestly surprised that more people don't use that. Like how did that not become a viral thing that everybody uses?
Yeah.
Like the viral gifs, like the fat guy with the thumbs down thing, right? Like the oh my God, it's happening from The Office. Like those things that go viral. Like how did that one not catch hold? She mispronounced the coach's name at the introductory press conference, called him a woman's name.
Ellen Moore.
It was the first thing I told you. I remember, because you're like, anything stand out? I was like, Gail called him Ellen. You were like, what? I was like, yeah.
Ellen. Got him. Oh, man. Maybe one day Ellen will win us a ring.
Ellen Moore.
And if not, we can go buy one at Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. How about that transition, Muse? There it is. How about it? Your boy, Scotty's on fire. Or should I say, Scony's on fire. Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com, lmfj.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. You know, I love telling you about Lee Michaels and how so many people go and, buy their engagement rings at Lee Michaels and have for 4 decades, but they're so philanthropic as well. Not only do you get the best diamond, but you're also contributing to the community, because it seems that every charity event that you attend, there's a red box there. At Lee Michaels, they are in the celebration business. Engagements, promotions, other milestones. These are things you keep, things you cherish, things you pass down through generations of your family. It's Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. You want a fair price. You want to be the hero. At Lee Michaels, guys, they'll make you the hero. lmfj.com, lmfj.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. All right, y'all. It's after further review. Hump Day shows are brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Lowest prices, never any contracts. Yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. Well, now I got a quick break, and when we come back, we'll head up to Boston Think I'll go to Boston. Remember that song? Who sang that? I don't know. Some with an A. One word band with an A. Forgot it. It'll come to me. Forgot it. Joe Murray covers
Murray, present.
the Boston, I was going to say the Boston Red Sox. He doesn't. He covers the New England. But he
might,
season,
yeah.
But that season's over. I don't know if you heard.
Yeah,
the Red Sox season, it's over.
Ended,
yeah.
That's
They lost. They lost in the postseason.
Yeah. How's that going for the team that beat them?
They won last night.
Okay. So they're leading the series?
They'll be tied after tonight.
Oh, so they're down 2-1. Got it.
They'll be tied after tonight. Got it. Yeah, your team is not playing.
That's fine.
That's exactly the response you would expect from a fake fan who's Johnny-come-lately only when the Red Sox got good. It's AFR. Joe Murray next.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Darren James and Associates, brokered by LPT Realty. If you are thinking about selling your home, you got to call Darren James. Here's Darren's cell, by the way. I'm going to give you Darren's cell. You can call him right now, text him. You're thinking about selling your home, you need a realtor. Look, I'm sure Aunt Ethel, the realtor, is a lovely person. But Aunt Ethel, the realtor, isn't on the Wall Street Journal's list of the top 1% of realtors in America. Oh, by the way, for a decade straight. But Darren James has. Because he sells more real estate than any other realtor in the state of Louisiana. So if you want to sell your home, you want the best, you want Darren James. Darren guarantees he'll sell your home. He's got the guaranteed sale program. Agree to a price and a deadline. If Darren doesn't sell your home at that price by that deadline, he'll sell your home for free or he'll have it bought with cash. What do you got to lose? Agent225.com. Agent225.com. Remember, use that home value tool. How much is your home worth? You can find out in a matter of seconds at Agent225.com.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
Need security services you can count on? With Veteran Security Services, you're always protected. Locally owned and proudly serving the Gulf Coast, they're not some big national firm chasing profits. They're neighbors protecting neighbors. From petrochemical plants and healthcare facilities to port and maritime operations, Veteran Security delivers reliable protection you can trust. Choose community. Choose confidence. Choose Veteran Security Services. Visit veteransecurityfirm.com.
We typically think of stress as being bad for us. At Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, we are researching how certain types of stress, such as exercise, can be good for our immune health. By studying people under extreme stress, such as athletes, astronauts, service members, and first responders, we're learning how to improve the immune health of everyone. That's the power of research. That's the impact of champions. Together, we roar.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient. And you will have your pool in no time.
Flight by Yingling is raising the bar by crafting the next generation of light beer. With only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6th generation.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com. Who dat say they're gonna beat them Saints? Let's head behind enemy lines to preview this week's matchup.
Joe Murray, 985 The Sports Hub. Good enough to join us for a couple of minutes here, talk about the Saints and the Pats. How are you, man?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Saints got a win for the first time this year, so vibes not awful. I would imagine coming off Sunday night, winning in Buffalo, vibes have to be immaculate there in Boston. So 5 games in here for Mike Vrabel. What's the temperature there for the Patriots?
Oh, it's high. I would advise a lot of Patriots fans that this is a trap game this week. They're in the midst of a 3 consecutive week road stretch. Winning in Buffalo Sunday Night Football, now you're against New Orleans as 3-point favorites. Next week is the Mike Vrabel Tennessee game on the road. So you would think after a high emotional win, going on the road against a team that the Patriots should beat, it is a trap spot. The line's only 3, but the temperature's high, and everyone now thinks Drake May is the next face of the NFL.
Yeah. Everyone in Boston thinks he's the next face of the NFL?
I mean, you could make the case that he's the best of the last draft class and potentially the last couple of draft classes.
Oh, sure.
He's only won really 4 games in his career, but yeah, the way he looked last week, I'd be concerned if I was the New Orleans Saints.
Look, the Saints need to be concerned about everything. I mean, they're terrible. So, yeah, they should be concerned. What has changed maybe to help Drake May with this emergence here in year 2?
I think it's Drake May. People will tell you it's Josh McDaniels. I think you guys know the story of him, right? Won 6 championships in New England.
Yes.
Had 4 failing opportunities elsewhere. So, is it him? He's going to get the credit. If May wasn't good, he would have been the fall guy. So to me, it's Drake May offensively, but Mike Vrabel actually has a system here. It's his guys, and the free agent signings have been really good. Milton Williams has been outstanding coming over, stopping the run. He's been great, and Carlton Davis has really helped out at defensive back. And Harold Landry is a pass rusher now. The guy, he played with him in Tennessee. So I think those 3 guys have really helped out on the defensive side. On the offensive side, Drake May is just elevated. And they actually have a left tackle in Will Campbell that you guys know well, who's been pretty. Should have probably led that off, right? But Will Campbell's been really solid. And next to him has been Jared Wilson, who played center at Georgia a year ago. That's their left side of the line. I think the Saints can take advantage of it this week, but they've been pretty solid so far.
We'll see if Chase Young's back, how they may go. It was literally, Joe, my next note. I did want to ask about Campbell. I mean, everybody here loves him. We've watched the guy play since he was in high school. But the transition seems to have been pretty seamless. What are the early reviews there on Campbell?
I would say this. He does look undersized. He doesn't look like your premier tackle, right? He just doesn't have that build. The big talk was his arm length. But for the most part, dude, he's been pretty solid out there. He's not great on, late stunts, things to that degree. But this is where Josh McDaniels comes in. He can always have someone, a tight end on the other side protecting him. The fact that there's 2 rookies there, I'm actually shocked that there's been really no real concerns. Few false starts here and there, but overall, the number 4 pick is not what I really wanted, but he's been solid holding it down. And as the season goes along, let's see if he gets better. But overall, he's been fine is what I would use.
Joe Murray's with us, 985 The Sports Hub there in Boston. Hey, what is maybe one of the weak links, if there is one, offensively for this team right now? What's the concern?
For me, it's the running back position right now is a little thin. They lost Antonio Gibson to an ACL this week. Ramondre Stevenson has fumbled the ball 10 times in, probably his last 10 games. And they're not using Travion Henderson enough, the star from Ohio State. They're thin back there. So that's why it's more impressive what Drake May is doing without a running game. I'm still concerned about the defense. Last week they played well against Josh Allen. but they've been giving up a touchdown on the opening drive in 3 out of 5 weeks. So that's something I'd look at. But the other thing is tight ends. This is where I think maybe if Taysom Hill can somehow get involved in this game, I know he threw a pass last week. I think the linebackers can't really cover tight ends. That would be a concern for me this week, and I think something that Saints fans should look at there. But, you know, I don't know if Juwan Johnson and Foster Moreau are sparing anybody, but that's something that you can attack the Patriots with is their tight end.
Joe, if we flip it defensively, I think everybody just assumes Mike Vrabel, his background, Pats are going to be good on defense. They're top 10 in the league in scoring defense right now. If I asked you through a handful of games, how would you assess that side of the ball? What would you say?
I would say he didn't care about the defense early on and was so focused on getting the offense on track. After games, he would just continuously call out Drake May and Josh McDaniels, never really put blame on the defense, and I think they started to trust Mayo. That's not Mayo. Here I am now. By the way, I know we're trying to move on from the Mayo era.
That was last year, man. That was last year.
Right. No, I know, but that's what I'm trying to say is there's been last year, I don't know if they had that trust in Mayo. This year they have that trust in Vrabel. Christian Gonzalez has been the biggest impact. He came back 2 weeks ago. He's back this year. And Marcus Jones has taken the next step. He's the third corner, but he is a elite punt kick returner on special teams. I would absolutely be worried about him this week. But I would say the trust. They didn't trust Mayo. They trust Vrabel. And they're only getting better now every week with that pass rush and that defensive back really playing well.
Yeah, Joe, if you would elaborate a bit there in the third phase, because look, the Saints kicker Blake Grupe is 10 out of 15 on field goals. He's missed 5 kicks already this year. It's been a real struggle defending kicks and punts and just the whole third phase. How is New England in that third phase?
Amazing. And they were bad last year, believe it or not. But Andy Borregales, the kicker from Miami, he had the game winner last week. You all saw. He has struggled, though. He's gotten better. His extra points haven't been great. He's gotten better. But the Patriots are dynamic. And now they lose Gibson. He was huge. He had a touchdown earlier. I don't know what they're going to do to really replace him. Maybe Travion Henderson gets more touches there. But as far as the special teams go, Patriots has been pretty well. Now, I think the Patriots would like to maybe take some chances knowing that they have to put the New Orleans kicker out there. So maybe they will blitz a little bit more this week. I've been somewhat impressed. I know nobody's really hyping up the quarterback battle, but Spencer Rattler versus Drake May, this was a college fans, North Carolina, South Carolina. This was supposed to be a big one. I've actually been somewhat impressed with Spencer Rattler. I know he is what he is. Maybe you got a little bit more insight, but the Patriots have struggled against guys who can move with their legs.
He's not afraid to do it, which is why they kept the sack number low. But the most impressive thing, Jay, he's not beating anybody with his arm, but he's limited. He's limited the bad plays, right? One interception through 5 games. He's limited the negative plays. The question is, can he be explosive enough to win a game for you? We haven't seen that. So the final thing, Joe Murray's with us here from 98.5 The Sports Hub in Boston. For Mike Vrabel in this game, to avoid what you sort of alluded to as we started, that trap spot, what is their blueprint to come into the Dome and get a win on Sunday?
They can't turn the ball over. You just mentioned that about Rattler. That's great. He needs explosive plays. Drake May has explosive plays. He turns the ball over. It's not just him. It's the entire offense. So the Patriots need to beat bad football. That needs to be what their blueprint is. The Saints play bad football. But I will say this. They've forced turnovers in 4 out of the last 5 games? That's something I'd be concerned about on the Patriots side of things. Let down, all that. So I would say if the Saints can win the turnover battle, they're going to win the game.
So I'll check in the box score when the thing's over. He's Joe Murray on Twitter X at Joey Murr, M-U-R-R. If you want to give him a follow, do it right there, 98.5 The Sports Hub there in Boston. Hey, man, we always appreciate it. Maybe the Saints and the Pats keep doing this every so often. We'll get to visit more often.
I love New Orleans.
Come on down, bro. Thanks, Joe. We appreciate it, man.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
It's our pleasure, Joe Murray. It's After Further Review. We're brought to you by South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at southpointvw.com. Hey, for our Lafayette crowd, Southwest Volkswagen's there in Lafayette. But look, bottom line is South Point Volkswagen, Louisiana's largest volume Volkswagen dealer, because they move more vehicles than anyone. They give you a better deal than anyone. Like, how about right now, you're talking about 2025 Tiguan, a $2,000 conquest bonus for current owners. So you can check it out right now at southpointvw.com. 1.9% for 60 months on 2025 Atlas. That's the 3-row, 7-seater family SUV. And if you ever want to check the website, chat with an associate, you could do so easily right there. As a chat bubble right there at the bottom right. Tap the chat bubble, instantly, boom, you're chatting with an associate at South Point Volkswagen. Airline just north of Highland, or online at southpointvw.com, southpointvw.com. Shop by year, make, model, body style, price, new, certified, pre-owned. They got 201. Look at the website right now. 201 vehicles available right now. Every vehicle that's on the lot, you can shop it online at southpointvw.com. South Point Volkswagen, what's your direction? All right, thanks to Joe Murray for hanging out with us here. We will get to Russ Mitchell in about 45 minutes. Recap last week in the SEC, preview the weekend ahead, including the Red River rivalry with Texas and OU. Will John Mateer play? Giant question there. And, of course, LSU getting back on the field after a week off. Same with the Gamecocks. Both teams coming off their bye this week with South Carolina coming into Baton Rouge. We'll get to all that with Russ Mitchell coming up next hour. It is after further review. The Saints and Patriots injury reports out. We'll get to that. Brian Kelly and Shane Beamer on the SEC Coaches Teleconference giving updates on their team's practices heading through this week. And you can believe it, the NCAA with a landmark, seismic decision today that I want to talk about. We'll do it as we continue on AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness.
After further review.
Hey, if you haven't done it yet, there's 2 reasons to go to 1045ESPN.com and sign up for the Duplessis Builders Dream Pool Sweepstakes. Number 1 is you can win a pool. Totally free, custom pool. You could win it from Duplessis Builders. The other reason is the way you enter is by making a minimum $25 donation to Dreams Come True of Louisiana. And Dreams Come True of Louisiana grants dreams for Louisiana children with life-threatening or terminal illnesses. And there are a few more. There's so many great charities. There are a few more worthy than a charity like Dreams Come True, where 100% of the money stays local in Louisiana and helps Louisiana children. And you might win a pool. And the worst thing that happens is you donate to an awesome organization. DuplessisBuilders.net. It's the Dream Pool Sweepstakes. Check them out at DuplessisBuilders.net.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Mornings with Brian Haldane is the only live and local talk show in the capital city. Get the news from the newsmakers, along with traffic and weather updates throughout the morning. The conversation starts weekday mornings at 6 on Talk 107.3.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. And when you're cooking with clean, affordable propane, you're cooking with gas. In the wintertime, nothing heats a home like Louisiana propane. And when you need hot water, propane's got you covered. Oh, and you won't regret that propane generator when the power goes out. I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and to find more information and to find a propane dealer near you, visit louisianapropane.com.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music
in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Garrett's had a solid week so far. He's ready to get out there and go play, and just like everybody else, just focusing on the main thing, which is South Carolina, and going out there and winning.
That's Kyle Parker meeting with reporters Tuesday night after practice, talking about Garrett Nussmeier. Center Braylon Moore, who is part of that battery for LSU, was also asked how Nussmeier did during the open date and how he's coming along physically.
Yeah, he's had a great week. I think the bye week was crucial for him and a lot of the guys to be able to, get a little healthier. But, he looks great. We just had a practice, and he was slinging it out there.
Just had a practice, and he was out there slinging it out there. It's according to Braylon Moore, center. Got a pretty good vantage point of all that. I know, at the risk of sounding repetitive, I know I'm not here to convince anybody of anything. As the story advances and people talk about it, we'll let you hear what people say. And a receiver and the center for LSU talked about Garrett Nussmeier and how he looks physically, and those reports seem pretty good. For what it's worth, Shane Beamer on the SEC coaches teleconference on Wednesday morning. I'm sorry, this was Tuesday night. Forgive me, this was Tuesday when Shane Beamer met with reporters there in Columbia. Also spoke about Nussmeier.
He's made some throws this year, Jordan, that are wow throws that, you're like, man, there's very few people in the country that can make that throw. The one thing I've seen, they've had some injuries on the offensive line. They lost some really good offensive linemen. 66, Campbell starting for the Patriots now, and that was a really good group that they had last year. And then they've basically had to replace that group with some portal guys and new players, freshmen, and then they've had some injuries. And it's tough, man. So there's continuity on the offensive line where they've given up some pressures, which is going to happen in this conference, and he hasn't been able to sit in the pocket maybe as much at times as he would like. And from what I read, he hasn't been 100% healthy. I know they said they rested him some last week with an injury that he's had, but I see him gutting it out and making plays and being the great quarterback that he is.
So there's Shane Beamer talking about Garrett Nussmeier making throws that not many quarterbacks can make, and kind of blaming the pressures that Nussmeier has had to face and less really the injury. So, look, I think all of that, we will get a better sense of it after this weekend. But when you look at some of what Garrett Nussmeier has had to face, this year, passing against pressure, he's been sacked 7 times, and he's faced 38 pressures so far in 5 games. So you're talking about an average of more than 7 pressures per game. And naturally, that's going to affect your ability to throw the football and be effective. So, we'll see how this LSU offensive line holds up against that South Carolina defensive front. Dylan Stewart is the guy that everybody's going to keep an eye on. He was the outstanding freshman a season ago. Kyle Calandro, who was the SEC Defensive Player of the Year last year, is now in the NFL. And Stewart, statistically, hasn't really had the amazing season this year, mainly, I would assume, because a lot of teams, I haven't watched every minute of South Carolina play, but I would assume a lot of teams are trying to avoid Dylan Stewart as best they can on the other side. So, for what it's worth, Brian Kelly on Monday at his press conference spoke about Dylan Stewart, again, coming off that sensational year a season ago.
an elite pass rusher, probably one of the best that we'll see all year. You know, when you look at guys in this league, everybody's got the ability to rush the passer. But again, I think in our situation, we're going to have to do some things to take care of Dylan Stewart. We're going to have to be very cognizant of where he is. He can obviously disrupt your passing game, and we'll have to be very, very aware where he is.
He has the ability to be a game wrecker. And look, he had a sack against Virginia Tech in the opener. He had a sack against South Carolina State, and then he had 1.5 against Kentucky. So right now, he's at 3.5 sacks on the season. Keep in mind, a year ago in 2024, Dylan Stewart finished the season with 6.5 sacks. It was Calandro had the big explosive statistical season a year ago for the Gamecocks. But this is a guy that's a former 5-star in Dylan Stewart, who's 6'5", 245, coming off the edge. He wears number 6. You'll see him, believe me, if you're watching. You'll see him. You'll notice him. But that is the guy that has the potential to wreck your day. And, against Ole Miss, it was not a great day for LSU's left tackle and Tyree Adams. And, Karius Kern had a better day pass blocking than Tyree Adams did. But it was a struggle at times for LSU to protect Garrett against a 3-man rush. So keeping an eye on that matchup will be interesting. But you hear some of the players there talking about Nussmeier. Seems like he's good to go. Braylon Moore said he's slinging it. Brian Kelly said he's healthy. He's on the backside of what he was dealing with. I'll continue to believe that as well. We saw Nuss throw the ball exceptionally well against Southeastern Louisiana. Again, I'm not saying the score. I'm just saying physically the ability to turn, throw, rotate, fire the ball like he looked like himself in that game. I don't think he regressed before Ole Miss. I think you couldn't run against a 3-man front. They were getting pressure against 3-man fronts, and that really affected your passing game. So, it'll be worth watching this weekend with LSU against South Carolina to see if they can protect Garrett Nussmeier and maybe make South Carolina respect the passing game a little bit more. It's interesting because I'm looking at the Pro Football Focus grades for Nussmeier. And when you look at sort of like the passing depth statistics, he's 7 of 23 on passes of 20 yards or more, and with 2 touchdowns and a pick. The pick was the one against Ole Miss. But his passing grade on deep balls is a 90.5, which is interesting. And they've only docked him at PFF with 2 turnover-worthy plays. One was the interception against Ole Miss. So, the most interesting part of all this is his worst grade are the short passes between 0 and 10 yards. He grades out at a 66. So in the medium zone from 10 to 19, his grade is an 84.4. We're talking about Nussmeier. And I think all this stands to reason, Garrett Nussmeier had been so efficient through the first 4 games. Not explosive, but efficient. And that efficiency evaded them against Ole Miss. Can he be more efficient again against South Carolina? It'll be critical for LSU to go win this game on Saturday at home. All right, we're brought to you by First South Farm Credit, firstsouthland.com. Firstsouthland.com. If you're thinking of buying land, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. You can go to firstsouthland.com, firstsouthland.com. I love sharing great testimonials with you. And we've shared a few here in the past couple of weeks of clients there at First South Farm Credit. But I would strongly encourage you to make your own memory, get your own experience. If you're thinking of buying land, have that phone call with First South Farm Credit. Look them up online, firstsouthland.com. Call the branch nearest you at firstsouthland.com. Go in and meet. We shared one of the testimonials with you here recently of a client who said, man, done business on the side of the road, signed papers on the hood of a pickup truck. Whatever's most convenient for you is what First South Farm Credit will do. If it's recreational property, if it's 1,000 acres for agriculture, if you want to buy the 20 acres, 100 acres to build your family's dream home and own some land, maybe work in the city, live that rural lifestyle, you can have the best of both worlds, and First South Farm Credit's been making that happen since 1916. So check them out online at firstsouthland.com, firstsouthland.com. Your first call should be to First South Farm Credit, firstsouthland.com. All right, y'all, it is After Further Review. The Tigers and the Pros coming up here in just a smidge, and we will get to the Saints-Patriots injury report after the top of the hour in 17 minutes, and we'll get to Russ Mitchell. The NCAA has taken a step closer to allowing sports betting by coaches and student athletes, with the caveat that it would allow them to bet on pro sports. This is the NCAA Division I Administrative Committee. They adopted a proposal to allow student athletes and athletic department staff to bet on pro sports. That's a shift in policy, and you could say that is sort of opening the door to more improprieties. I don't know that I absolutely agree with that. To me, it kind of feels like in disallowing that behavior, it would only encourage people to try to do so to circumvent the rules. This isn't a great analogy, but it almost feels like, and by the way, I do not believe this hard and fast. I have no data. I have no statistical data to back this up. This is just sort of feeling, observing the situation. So I'm very much open to hearing any and all points of view that might conflict. But it's like you hear about, like there being no drinking age in Europe. And so, kids at dinner are allowed to have a glass of wine. And when it's not illegal, they're far less likely to abuse it, I think is kind of the point of view. I could see something similar here, where if a college athlete wants to bet on an NFL game on a Sunday or set a DraftKings lineup or, something like that, daily fantasy, they can do it. And it without fear of consequence. So I don't know. I think it feels like a good decision. It may not be, but it's something worth following there, and we will. All right, it's After Further Review. Let me knock out a quick break. We'll come back and wrap up hour number 2 with Tigers and the Pros. Stick around.
After Further Review.
Hump Day shows are brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. Check it out online, yourgoodwood.com. Start there, set an appointment if you want to feel your best. Let's be honest. Guys, there's no sense, and ladies, in going through life feeling sick and tired all the time. If you wake up in the morning and you tell yourself, it's hell getting old, and your bones are creaky, and you wake up tired, and you come home from a long day of work after having 15 cups of coffee, and you just want to veg out and crash on the couch, you don't want to get in the gym, if you do work out and it's hard to burn fat or build muscle, don't go through life like that. It is 2025, y'all. We have ways to safely, affordably supplement to get you feeling like your younger self again. There is no sense in going through life feeling miserable. A simple blood test can let you know if you're a candidate for hormone replacement therapy, and that is just the open door to a world of feeling better with all the options they have at Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. So visit yourgoodwood.com.
In South Louisiana, you can always count on good people coming together to help our children.
At Dreams Come True, we grant wishes for Louisiana children with life-threatening illnesses. But to do this, we need funds.
That's why we're trying to raise $100,000 for Dreams Come True by giving away the Blessed Children's School.
Make your backyard's dream come true while helping our kids.
Just go to dreampoolla.com and you can find out how your $25 donation might help win you a Duplessis pool.
We typically think of stress as being bad for us. At Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, we are researching how certain types of stress, such as exercise, can be good for our immune health. By studying people under extreme stress, such as athletes, astronauts, service members, and first responders, we're learning how to improve the immune health of everyone. That's the power of research. That's the impact of champions. Together, we roar.
Mornings with Brian Haldane is the only live and local talk show in the capital city. Get the news from the newsmakers, along with traffic and weather updates throughout the morning. The conversation starts weekday mornings at 6 on Talk 107.3.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. Propane water heaters are very cost efficient, and the savings are even greater with a tankless propane water heater. We all know that Louisiana propane is a safe and environmentally friendly fuel. So why not go green while you save some green? I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and for more information, visit louisianapropane.com.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead...
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
All right, wrapping up hour number 2. One other thing, we just talked about the NCAA potentially allowing sports betting on professional sports. One other thing worth keeping an eye on as well. We know earlier this year, LSU unveiled a sponsor logo on the field at Tiger Stadium. The D1 Administrative Committee also introduced a proposal for commercial logos on uniforms, apparel, and equipment. So again, this is jersey patches. This is it's long anticipated, expected that this is going to happen, that you're going to have sponsored jersey patches. But that's now been formally introduced by the Division I Administrative Committee. So we'll follow that when I'm certain it'll pass, just like the field logos pass and everything else will. They'll have an opportunity to put jersey patches on. And when that's approved, we'll certainly talk about it here. But be aware that's now being pushed through. And as it moves along, we'll certainly keep you posted. Okay, we do it every day about this time. Tigers in the Pros.
Tigers in the Pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now.
All right, the Philadelphia Phillies, they are on the brink of elimination tonight, trailing the Dodgers 2-0 in the NLDS, so they will turn to Aaron Nola. With backs up against the wall, veteran Phil gets the start. And, man, he needs a really good one. This has not been the season many would have predicted for Aaron. Limited to just 17 starts due to multiple injuries and a couple different rehab stints as well down in AAA. Finished with just a 5-10 record and an ERA of 6. 94 innings. He hasn't pitched, obviously, since the regular season ended, but the Phillies having the bye is a huge spot, and hopefully he's back to full health and can go out there and give the Phillies what they need and maybe prolong the season for another day.
Let's go. Calic high.
Just needs to visualize he's back in AAA and not facing like Shohei Ohtani and Mookie Betts and those guys.
Visualize he's back at Hearthstone, Muse.
There we go. Visualize an attack.
Shoving against the lowly St. Michael the Archangel Warriors.
Yeah, it probably happened.
I don't even know if they ever played.
I don't
probably
know.
Didn't go well, no doubt.
It didn't go well for anybody
St.
against Aaron Nola. Yeah,
he's been really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Guys won over 100 Major League games. Anyway, this actually is pertinent to the Saints game as well. Kayvon Chason, limited at Patriots practice with a knee. He's got a knee.
He's got a knee?
He's got a knee. Yeah.
Well.
But he's only limited with the knee.
I'd rather him have a knee than a toe.
Of course. Naturally. It is a bit disappointing, though, because Chason's off to one of the better starts in his career. Remember, his career's kind of taking a little bit to get going, but he's up 2.5 sacks here already through 5 games, and he's played in all 5 so far, so this is a relatively new knee injury that he does have. We'll keep you posted on that, obviously, as well. Of note, Kayvon Chason, the only former Tiger on an injury report so far here on Wednesday in the NFL. How about that? A lot of health going around for the boys.
A lot of health.
That's Tigers in the Pros.
You got to love the health.
You do love the health.
How can you not love the health?
It's what everyone strives for.
Big fan of health.
Is good health.
Big fan of the health.
Really allows you to do your job well in a physical game like football.
We're brought to you by Parish Construction and Roofing. You know what else I love? Parish Construction and Roofing. You can visit parishbuilt.com, parishbuilt.com. From claim to cleanup, we'd love to help you out at Parish Construction and Roofing. I say all the time, commercial, residential, we do it all. Gutters, soft wash. We even do industrial roofing jobs. Got a massive industrial job we're about to start. So, obviously, safety is paramount to do work inside the fence. We would love to help you out with that. And I would tell you, our commercial roofing manager, Matt Pearson, when we were continuing to grow and expand Parish, I think, of course, many of you know that I'm one of the owners of the company. We knew we needed the right person heading up our commercial division. So we kind of scoured far and wide looking for the right commercial roofing manager. We hired Matt Pearson from Florida. And I don't know that there's, literally, I don't know that there's a person that I've ever met that knows more about roofing in general than Matt Pearson. So no matter how complex your job may be, we got a solution for you, and we'd love to help you out. We're local. Here in Baton Rouge, of course, we got our office in Elmwood as well, there in New Orleans. So if you need anything, repairs, replacements, gutters, soft wash, commercial, residential, industrial, we do it all. It's Parish Construction Roofing. Visit parishbuilt.com, parishbuilt.com. Do business with someone, Parish Construction Roofing, parishbuilt.com. All right, y'all, it is After Further Review, and we're glad that you're hanging out with us here. The New Orleans Saints back on the practice field today. We had the attendance report, so we know Cesar Ruiz was back at practice. And as we also mentioned a bit ago, Chase Young popped in a little late. Well, now we got the official injury report, and Ellen Moore spoke to the media. So we'll let you know what was on the official injury report and what Kellen Moore had to say after practice as the Saints really turn their attention to Sunday's game in the Dome against the New England Patriots. So we'll get into all that coming up here in hour number 3. We'll also talk to Russ Mitchell, recapping last weekend in the Southeastern Conference and start to preview a big one this weekend. Of course, with Texas and OU in the Red River rivalry, will John Mateer play? We'll talk LSU against South Carolina. Ton to do. Hour 3 is next.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. And Rouse's is helping you cover the spread all season long. Not the point spread. Helping you cover your tailgate spread. Tigers are back at home. The Saints are at the Dome. If you're going to be tailgating this weekend, remember, Rouse's can help you out. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. For anything you're looking for, your beers and your bourbons and your wines, your RTDs, if you want your tailgate trays, your sandwich trays, your party platters, they got everything. Ribs, the meat pies, all of it. Easy, grab and go. And by the way, the Rouse is right there on Burbank, which is where Hester and Flynn are every Friday during football season. That's right on the way to campus. Pop on into that Rouse's, grab your goodies, get on into campus, go tailgate. It's Rouse's. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. Rouse's, this feels like home.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
Raising Cane's is our victory meal.
Football fans are some of the most dedicated fans in sports. It's a fundamental quality we share, and that fuels every single order of our hand-battered chicken fingers. Wherever there's football, there's Raising Cane's.
One love. Let's go.
Every winner knows a great play starts with a solid game plan and the right team by your side. At Sunshine, we're here to keep your operation running strong. From tractors to harvesters, we've got the John Deere equipment you need to tackle every job with confidence. Because when the work's done right, there's more time for the things that matter, like cheering on your favorite team. Make Sunshine Quality Solutions part of your playbook this season and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Flight by Yingling is raising the bar by crafting the next generation of light beer. With only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Flight by Yingling. Raise the bar.
In South Louisiana, you can always count on good people coming together to help our children.
At Dreams Come True, we grant wishes for Louisiana children with life-threatening illnesses. But to do this, we need funds.
That's why we're trying to raise $100,000 for Dreams Come True by giving away the Blessed Builders School.
Make your backyard's dream come true while helping our kids.
Just go to dreampoolla.com and you can find out how your $25 donation might help win you a Duplessis pool.
This is SportsCenter.
It's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy, coming up Thursday. The Eagles are 4-1. I'll tell you why a loss to my Giants would mean it's time to panic in Philly. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's ride!
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Yes, sir. And Mr. Toby Tomplay. Yeah. We're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us. Oh, by the way, it's a update. Muse forgot. What do you have to say for yourself, Muse?
I was still trying to find the audio cut that we're after right now. That's honestly what I was doing, so I forgot.
Well, I can buy you a little time here, Muse.
Not really, except they hit all these drops.
It's hump day. Or, you can do your job, Muse, is what you can do.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
I'm trying to.
Ellen spoke an hour ago.
Yeah, and there's...
It's hump day.
I'm not doing this with you right now.
An hour ago.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
What you been doing for an hour, Muse?
Hump day.
Uh-huh.
I'm not doing this with you.
That's exactly what I thought.
We went through it during the break. There are physical things with this board that do not allow me sometimes in certain segments of the show to get the audio.
Ellen's been on Twitter for an hour.
It's hump day.
And I rolled tape on some of it.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
But the cut we're looking for isn't in there.
Sorry.
Hump day.
Not doing any harm to me, Muse.
It's hump day.
You're just robbing the audience.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
The audience doesn't get to hear the Saints head coach talk about some key players who've gone out with injury,
Hump day.
including a starting running back.
It's hump day.
They just won't get to hear from the coach because Muse didn't do his job.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
What's the coach's name?
Ellen Moore.
Hump day.
Do I sound like her when I say it?
A little bit, yeah, actually, honestly.
It's hump day.
I'm trying to mimic my Grammy, that's all.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Hot.
Hump day.
Hey, hot. Hey, love.
It's hump day.
Shout out, Grammy. By the way.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Shout out, Gramps.
Hump day.
My Gramps turned 93 years old yesterday.
It's hump day.
Did my Saints post-game show. We had Gramps' 93rd birthday party for him Sunday. So we had the game on at my parents' house, all that stuff. Did my live stream after the game. Did a live Q&A with Gramps. Questions just rapid firing for like almost an hour.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
I need to pull the audio. Someone said, "Sir, what's the key to longevity?"
Hump
It's a great question.
He said,
It's hump day.
He said, "I'm preserved."
Mike.
goes,
What day is it, Mike?
Jack Daniels and beer.
Hump day.
Say it louder.
He's such a G.
It's
Oh,
hump
man.
day.
Shout out, Gramps. Oh, man. All right. Russ Mitchell's coming up in 10 minutes from right now. We're glad you're hanging out. We're here live from the Raising Cane studio and presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Lowest prices, never any contracts. Visit yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. As a matter of fact, that right there on Drusilla, it's Goodwood, Unique Physique, and Unique Aesthetics. So Goodwood is the men's clinic. Unique Physique is the GLP-1s, right? Semaglutide, tirzepatide, the weight loss shots. And then Unique Aesthetics and Wellness, which is upstairs. They're all beautiful, by the way. It's all in the same complex. That's the aesthetic clinic. That's laser therapy, laser hair removal, body contouring, Botox, $8 a unit Botox. All there in one complex. You can do it all. Men, women, you got to check it out. Yourgoodwood.com. The New Orleans Saints have released their injury report for Wednesday as they're getting ready for their game against New England Patriots. And there's some good news, but a bit of a bummer. And Kellen Moore did disclose in his media availability after practice that Alvin Kamara, who popped up on the injury report here on Wednesday, limited with an ankle injury, injured his ankle in practice on Wednesday. And now Muse has found that audio, I think.
Yeah, just a little something, just a little ankle. So, nothing concerning. It's fine. Yeah, just today.
How long was that cut, Muse?
10 seconds.
Yeah, and you had an hour to get it.
I had to find it in the 30-minute press conference. That's why I said I didn't want to do this with you.
Oh, Muse.
Also, a 30-minute.
It took you an hour to get a 10-second cut, Muse. What were you going to say about a 30-minute press conference?
Well, I was going to say, Kellen Moore's answers range from like 10 seconds to 25. 30 minutes with him that's something. That's a lot of questions being asked. Man, a few words, Ellen.
That is a lot of questions. Brian Kelly's press conference on Monday, we were about like 6 minutes in, and then there was a lull, and he's like, "Are we done?" Like, "Yeah, no, give me the mic, give me that."
Come back.
I ended up getting like 4 questions in.
You had a lot.
Well, I mean, nobody else was asking questions. Like, I'm not letting them. We got a 20-minute block. We're going to milk every minute of the 20 we got. So, anyway, Alvin Kamara, he's got an ankle. He was limited with an ankle. Juwan Johnson also with an ankle. And Trevor Penning still has the ankle. So that's 3 ankles if you're scoring at home. Alvin Kamara, Juwan Johnson, Trevor Penning, all limited, all have ankles. Let me stand corrected. There's a 4th ankle. Cesar Ruiz has an ankle. Remember, the ankle for Cesar kept him out last week. But the interesting thing about this is Cesar Ruiz's ankle was supposed to keep him out for 4 to 6 weeks. But he was at practice on Wednesday, limited. So, got a possibility here that that Cesar Ruiz could be back despite his ankle. So maybe the ankle wasn't as serious as we initially thought. Could we deduce that he's got an ankle? It's just not a bad ankle?
I think we can. I mean, ankles are finicky, man. Like, you deal with them ankle sprains. You don't know.
Yeah.
Week, 2 weeks.
I promise I'm not trying to throw darts, but Chase Young, who also returned today, he was limited with calf injury. Chase Young was not supposed to be serious. They didn't put him on short-term IR as a result. They thought he would be back within 4 weeks. He's now missed 5 games, and he just was back at practice today. They misdiagnosed, misevaluated something there. And Cesar Ruiz was supposed to be out 4 to 6 weeks. He's back after 1 week. What we got going on over there? And it doesn't matter if we're talking about ankles, calves. Dylan Radins, by the way, he's got a toe.
Still got that toe.
Still
man.
got the toe.
I know.
But how about this, Muse? Despite the fact that Dylan Radins has the toe, he was a full participant.
With the toe?
With the toe.
Man, that's a gutsy performance right there from Dylan Radins.
Getting out there.
Yeah.
Practicing fully with a toe. I mean, John Ridgway, who started the season on the PUP list, he's now back. He opened his 21-day window last week along with Taysom and Foster. And Taysom and Foster have both played this past weekend, as we know. Ridgway was back at practice today as a full participant. He was full with a shoulder. Look, you go full with a shoulder, it's one thing. You go full with a toe, untold amounts of respect. John Ridgway, tough guy. Full participant with a shoulder. Dylan Radins, full participant with a toe. War daddy.
Yeah, tougher guy.
Full participant with a toe.
Good stuff, man.
Justin Reed's in the concussion protocol. Limited. Isaac Yiadom, DNP with a hamstring. Got that hamstring.
Got to watch those two.
Nothing to mess around with.
Yeah. Soft tissue.
It also feels like they're just preventing him from being on the field because they don't want to lose a 4th-round draft pick.
I mean, look, who's to say?
Me.
Okay.
And I think everyone would roundly endorse that decision.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. 2 DNPs for the Patriots, Jalen Hawkins and Keon White. It's 2 defensive players there. Hawkins has a hamstring. White's got an elbow. We haven't had many elbows, Muse.
No, the Saints have avoided the elbows largely.
The elbow.
Yeah.
K'Lavon Chaisson limited with a knee. Marte Mapu limited with he's full with a neck. He's got a neck. He was full with a neck.
That guy's tough, too.
Incredible.
That guy's pretty tough.
3 ankles.
Man.
An ankle epidemic. Joshua Farmer, Anthony Jennings, Milton Williams. All limited, all ankles. And Mike Onwenu, offensive guard. He was full, but he's got a shoulder. And a thigh.
Thigh, huh?
Double dip. Shoulder and a thigh.
Shoulder and a thigh.
A shoulder and a thigh.
Huh.
Not related.
Not
to be taken lightly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
But
yeah,
not
yeah.
to be taken lightly. A shoulder and a thigh.
No, that's serious.
And then Christian Barmore just had a day off.
Oh, good for him.
Just not injury related, just
Earned
a veteran
it.
day off. Yeah.
Earned it. Yeah,
Just
man.
take the day.
Yeah.
We don't want you to get a toe.
No.
Take the day. All right. Saints. Getting ready. Take on the Patriots. Dylan Radins out there, full participant with a toe. Massive amounts of respect. It's after further review. We'll grab our first break of the hour here. In all seriousness, though, we will watch the Kamara thing. So Kamara, limited today, suffered an ankle injury in practice, and then Chase Young returned today, as did Cesar Ruiz. Those are the notable things we'll watch as the Saints move throughout this week and get toward the game on Sunday, welcoming in the New England Patriots. Okay, quick break. Russ Mitchell next.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Clegg's Nursery with 4 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area: Seagan near Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Donmore, Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. Tell you every day to buy local, shop local. Bypass the big box store. The big orange or the big blue box store. Don't go there. Don't do it. Support a great local business. And there's so many reasons to do so. Of course, you want to support local businesses. We all do. But at Clegg's, they have the best selection and the best people. You go talk to their horticulturist. You find a friendly Clegg staff member in a blue shirt. They're going to answer your questions, help you find what you need. If you want those fall bedding plants, they have beautiful fall flowers as well. So if you're trying to add that pop of color to your flower bed, to your patio pots, maybe you want that fall display in your porch, your back patio, your office building, they got it all for you. One place. Buy local, shop local at Clegg's Nursery.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
Need security services you can count on? With Veteran Security Services, you're always protected. Locally owned and proudly serving the Gulf Coast, they're not some big national firm chasing profits. They're neighbors protecting neighbors. From petrochemical plants and healthcare facilities to port and maritime operations, Veteran Security delivers reliable protection you can trust. Choose community. Choose confidence. Choose Veteran Security Services. Visit veteransecurityfirm.com.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
Tiger Country is 100.7 The Tiger. In the car on 100.7 FM or on the 100.7 The Tiger app.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com. Russ Mitchell.
Kicking the tires and lighting the fires. Russ! Literally.
Well, I'm proud of Russ. I think Russ deserves it.
It's football! Rusty, come on up here. Absolutely, I thought that was going to happen because it's state. It's supposed to happen.
You know, I haven't had much of a chance to talk to you man to man, Russ.
How are things out there at DBU?
I want you to stay here and take care of things, Russ.
The only way you can point us is up. job.
Not going in our yard, Russ. It's going in our living room.
Just like Troy.
Can't see the line, can you, Russ?
Put your foot on his throat and choke him out.
Take it, Russ.
All right, let's do it. Halfway home to our college football weekend, so we welcome aboard Russ Mitchell on Twitter at Russ Mitchell CFB. Y'all give him a follow. How are you?
No, kicking tires, lighting fires, baby.
I love the energy. It's so good. Is that energy because the preseason number one team in the country is now unranked?
Of course, we're not laughing at any particular team. We love all our children the same.
No, you don't.
But the first and most important thing to remember about the Florida-Texas game is that Florida is bad. That is a bad football team that just beat Texas. They are not good. And second is, everyone wants to blame Arch. I watched that game twice. It was a hard game to watch twice. Let me tell you, it was ugly. I mean, that Texas defense is supposed to be elite. Lagway threw for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. They averaged 4.5 yards per carry, Florida did, on the way to 160. They sustained drives. That Texas defense couldn't get them off the field. Meanwhile, the offensive line couldn't block to protect Arch's life. They had 6 sacks. And they only had, 52 yards rushing in the whole game? And more than half of that was Arch running for his life. Do you realize that he was the leading rusher for Texas on basically undesigned scrambles where he was literally running for his life? If you take that out, they rushed 10 times for 15 yards, 1.5. So, I mean, let's not throw Arch under the bus here. I mean, he wasn't great either, but his 2 interceptions came in the fourth quarter when he was chasing a 2-touchdown deficit. So there's a lot to worry about in Austin other than Arch Manning.
Maybe that Florida defensive front is really good. I think their defensive front is good.
I think it's good too.
Nothing else is
good. I mean, they entered the game with 3 sacks on the season. And they got 6. Florida's not a good football team, y'all.
Oh, man.
They're not a good football team, and they just spanked Texas.
What if Diego Pavia didn't throw up on himself in the red zone twice?
Yeah, twice. I don't know. I mean, Diego Pavia is Vandy. I don't care what they say. There's obviously other kids there, but he's the identity of that team. And yes, I want to give Bama's defense credit. I mean, they played a great game. They got in. They took the ball away. So, and they held Vandy scoreless in the second half. But the game was a lot closer. If you just saw that score, 30-14, and you didn't watch the game was a lot closer. It was 14-14 at the half. It was 20-14 with 8 minutes to play. It's not like Alabama ran away with that game, even by stuffing Vandy in the second half. But I was really impressed with Jam Miller. He ran the ball very, very well against a good Vandy defense. 136 on 22 carries. I mean, that's over 6 a carry. He ran the ball really well, and Simpson looked good. It's a great win for Alabama.
There's some new odds out for college football conference winners, and Alabama is now the betting favorite to win the SEC. You buying that?
Yeah, I would. I buy that. I don't think, unless LSU's offensive line suddenly wakes up from this break and figures out how to run block, and the Tigers have to go to Tuscaloosa for that game. I know it's a tough schedule and we have to see what happens. And obviously injuries play a big factor, but right now, first of all, I don't think and we talked about this 3 weeks ago. I don't think there's a dominant team playing in the entire sport right now. I don't think there's, I think Oregon's got warts. I think OSU has warts. Penn State clearly has warts.
Oh my
goodness.
God.
I know. That was
the definition of 18, 19, 20-year-old people disappointing loss and flying across the country to play in front of friends and family and just getting punked. Oh, my God.
I mean,
Penn State.
I can't remember the year. Oklahoma started the season in like 1929, ranked number 2, and they lost to Northwestern and dropped out of the top 25. It would have had to have been after 1936, right? Because they didn't have the top 25, the AP top 25 until after 1936.
Are you asking me trivia about college football in the 1920s?
Come on, man, hang in there. But it's one of the biggest.
I refuse to feel like I should know that.
One of the biggest drops out of the top 25 ever.
So good.
The only time that I can remember anything close to this, like what would you have to go back to? Appalachian State beating Michigan?
But that Michigan team still actually finished pretty well. That team beat Tim Tebow's Florida team in their bowl game in 2007. That wasn't a bad Michigan team. That was a pretty good App State team. Probably the biggest upset would have been Stanford beating USC.
That
was, I think,
Harbaugh.
I think it was 2007, and that might have been like were they a 40-point underdog, 42-point underdog? It was something ridiculous like that.
That was, if you remember, Harbaugh got in a fight with Carroll. They didn't like each other. That was a lot of fun.
All right, if I asked you, and we'll preview this weekend's games coming up here in just a second. The one other game from the weekend I think that was notable was Texas A&M. That was a 7-3 ball game at half, and then Texas A&M just walloped Mississippi State in the second half, and it was not close. I think we got to start talking more about how good is Texas A&M in a league where there doesn't appear to be a dominant team.
They're not that good. By the way, that was 7-3 with 18 minutes to go in the game. I mean, what Texas A&M is, they've got great team speed, and they have a defensive front seven that makes up for a lot of offensive woes. I mean, that front seven, they held State. State had 3 possessions in the third quarter. They only had 11 plays. I mean, that's terrible. That's even less than 4 plays. Then in the fourth quarter, they had their next possession. They had 1 play and fumbled the ball, and then that was the end of the game. But this is an A&M front seven that is amongst the top in the conference in sacks, among the top in the conference in tackles for loss. They can really disrupt an opposing team. They've held opposing offenses. The last 23 third down plays that defense has been out on the field, they've only allowed 1 conversion. So, I'm not sold at all on Reed. He looked average. He looked below average at times on Saturday.
Yeah.
But that front seven is really good.
He's Russ Mitchell on Twitter at Russ Mitchell CFB. We're going to knock out a quick break, come back. We had a lot to delve into for this coming weekend. While you had a light slate this past weekend, it is a heavy and tasty slate this weekend that we're going to get into with Russ as we continue. We're brought to you by Shawbills Tire and Auto Service. ShawBillsTire.com with locations all over South Louisiana. So, shop tires online, schedule service online, check out dealer specials online at ShawBillsTire.com, ShawBillsTire.com, ShawBillsTire.com. Of course, they'll sell you name brand tires at wholesale prices, and because they treat you like family, you'll keep coming back year after year after year. Experience it once, and you'll know exactly what I mean. Experience it once. The friendly staff, how they treat you right. You need a tire repair, they're not going to upsell you, overcharge you. They'll fix a tire for free. Doesn't matter if you bought it there. Just go on into Shawbills because almost 60 years ago, Mr. Charlie said this is just the right thing to do. And it's amazing. Giving people great customer service and treating people right actually It's good practice to have to keep you in business for a long time. Shawbills Tire and Auto Service. ShawBillsTire.com. Shawbills, where we keep you rolling. Okay, we're going to continue with Russ when we come back, previewing this weekend's games, including LSU, South Carolina, Bama, maybe a trap spot on the road, at Missouri, the big Red River rivalries this weekend, Arkansas and Tennessee, the debut of Bobby Petrino as an interim head coach. Florida hits the road after their big win to take on a top 5 Texas A&M team. We got the Deep South's oldest rivalry that nobody actually cares about. We've got a lot to get to. We'll do it all with Russ next. AFR.
AFR.
Brought by the Watermark in the Renaissance. Watermark Downtown, Renaissance Southtown. As a matter of fact, the 100-year, the centennial celebrations going on this week over at Watermark Baton Rouge. I love telling you about it, man. It's a beautiful spot if you've never been. It is the original high-rise building in downtown Baton Rouge. Building is 100 years old, the old Louisiana National Bank building, and now they've made it into the beautiful Watermark Hotel, voted by you, not my opinion. You all voted Watermark Baton Rouge as the best hotel in Baton Rouge. You walk in, it is the picture of luxury and elegance. It is gorgeous. A great place to go have a fine dinner there at the Gregory inside of Watermark Baton Rouge. Maybe you got friends, family coming in for an LSU football game. You want to stay downtown, stay at Watermark Baton Rouge, dine at Watermark Baton Rouge. Walking distance to all the bars there on 3rd Street, a lot of different eateries and shops, and, of course, a quick little drive straight into LSU's campus, and celebrating their centennial this week. Downtown Baton Rouge, it's Watermark Baton Rouge.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
In South Louisiana, you can always count on good people coming together to help our children.
At Dreams Come True, we grant wishes for Louisiana children with life-threatening illnesses. But to do this, we need funds.
That's why we're trying to raise $100,000 for Dreams Come True by giving away the Blessed Children's School.
Make your backyard's dream come true while helping our kids.
Just go to dreampoolla.com and you can find out how your $25 donation might help win you a Duplessis pool.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Trust isn't given, it's earned by showing up, leading the way, and performing at your best when it matters most. Our Lady of the Lake sports medicine experts know what it takes to improve performance and build champions at every level. That's why LSU chose Our Lady of the Lake as its championship health partner, trusting Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here.
I trust the lake.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
All right, we roll along with Russ Mitchell. preview the weekend ahead in the SEC. Hey, is Alabama on upset alert heading up Tacoma? That line keeps dropping, man. I think it opened up around 5.5. It's down to 3.5 now.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Look, Missouri's probably the hardest team in all of America to analyze right now. They haven't seen anybody. They played UMass, South Carolina, the Raging Cajuns, Kansas, and Central Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they lead the nation in converting on third downs at 62%. They should lead the nation on converting on third downs. They haven't played anybody. So I think the one thing, if you're Alabama, that you got to watch out for is Alabama is the one thing they've really struggled at this year is run defense. And Missouri's built to run the ball. They want to run hardy. That's what they want to do. And, you know, in fact, it's different styles. Alabama wants to throw. Mizzou wants to run. Well, Mizzou actually has a good pass defense. Alabama does not have a good run defense. So if you're watching for anything, if Hardy gets off to a good start and they're able to run the ball in Alabama, then that's how Missouri wins this game. I don't see that happening, but that's how they win it.
Okay. I think the real big question of the weekend, Russ, is about John Mateer. Since his hand injury, and of course, Oklahoma had an open date and then played Kent State, so it's been a little out of sight, out of mind after the hot start. But they're ranked 6th in the country. They're 5-0. They're playing Texas in the Red River rivalry. Oklahoma is a 1.5-point favorite. That's another one where that line has shifted. Texas was favored, and now it's gone all the way to OU 1.5. I think the expectation is Mateer plays. So the question is how effective can Mateer be 3 weeks removed from hand surgery?
I mean, I don't know. I watched the Florida game twice, and Florida's bad, man. And this Texas team looked really, they did not look good at all. They look bad. I don't think it matters who plays quarterback for OU. You know, that's an OU run defense that through 5 games is only allowing 350 yards rushing. Leads the conference 2.4 yards per carry. Their scoring defense is only allowing 7.2 points a game. OU's defense leads the conference. You know, after watching Texas's offensive line, we talked about this in the last segment. Texas gave up 6 sacks. It could have been 12. They gave up 6 sacks to a Florida team that entered that game with only 3 on the year. OU had 10 sacks against Auburn. So, you know, I expect OU to give Arch Manning the running of his lifetime. I don't expect Texas to be able to run the ball against this OU defense. So even an average Mateer, I think, is good enough to beat the Longhorns.
So no bounce back. Little embarrassment for Texas, little bounce back spot. No thought of that?
They're kids, baby. I mean, we're throwing darts at them.
I know.
I mean, I would only say that if you look at what's happened so far this year, plus this is a rivalry game, right? So, I mean, rivalry games are the hardest games to, you know, prognosticate.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm so impressed. There's a few things that I'm really impressed with so far this season. Really impressed with OU's defense. Really impressed with the front seven for A&M.
Okay. Last year, Arkansas upset Tennessee in that crazy day where it was the same day Vandy beat Bama. The most intriguing thing here, Russ, of course, is this is after a bye. This is Bobby Petrino's re-debut now as the interim head coach there at Arkansas, and feels like he's auditioning for the job, man. There's a lot of people out there that want him to get it. Give me something to watch in this game. I mean, Arkansas is still bad. Just give me something to watch. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think it matters that Petrino is in charge of the offense there, in charge of the team. Arkansas's defense allows 8 yards per pass attempt, basically a first down every time the other team tries to throw the ball. The only team worse.
That's not per completion. That's per attempt.
That's per attempt. Per attempt. The only team worse is Kentucky.
Oh.
So it's a good thing they're not playing Tennessee, who leads the conference in passing offense. So yeah, I think this will be a pretty easy win for the Volunteers. What's the spread in this one? I hope it's double digits.
Yeah, it's 11.5.
Yeah. Okay.
A couple more. Russ Mitchell's with us. So Florida gets the big win. Now they got to go on the road to A&M and face that really good defensive front that you've been talking about. Russ, A&M's all the way up to number 5 in the country. I let down spot for Florida. Good A&M team. Night game. Kyle Field. All that stuff. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, such a hard place to play. I mean, it's up there with Sanford and the Swamp and LSU, obviously. Again, this is a Florida offense that has been less than proficient going up against a dominant Aggie defense. We talked about again in the last segment, they've only allowed 1 third down conversion in their last 23 attempts, which is stupid. Yep. I know it's State and Auburn, but it's not like Florida is ripping up the league with offense. So I expect them to really make Lagway one-dimensional. It's another, trip on the road for Lagway. So I like Arkansas at home. A&M.
Yeah, A&M's rush offense too, Russ. That was, if I had one bold prediction before the season about the league, I did pick A&M to lead the conference in rushing because veteran offensive line, 3 really good backs, and then a quarterback that's basically a 4th runner. Did you look into that at all, like A&M's ability to run the ball against Florida?
Ruben Owens ran the ball really well against State, 142 rushing yards. Most of that in the second half, though. They controlled the ball so much in that game. Basically 40 minutes they did. But State was burned out by the second half. And that's where they really started gouging him. And I know that's the game. It's a 4-quarter game, and they really did it in the second half. But you talk about Moss really didn't play. I don't know what, they're a bit of a stomach thing. And Owens was a star. The offensive line was able to make some big holes for him and Reed. So, this is not a good matchup. I don't think A&M is the 5th best team in the country. But I think that's a reflection of the wins that they've had so far against the opposition they've faced and how the rest of the country, there's no really big standouts anywhere else in the country.
Let's get a quick, before we talk LSU, South Carolina, let's get a quick thought on Georgia Auburn, the Deep South's oldest rivalry that really only 2 fan bases actually care about, but they they hold the entire schedule hostage because of this stupid game. Georgia's got to go on the road, night game at Jordan-Hare.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a lot closer than people think. Both defenses are average. Both defenses are allowing 5 yards per play. In fact, I think they're 8th and 9th. They're right next to each other. So they're not, Georgia's defense is not as good as we think they are. Many people might think they are based off of years past. Both teams are going to want to run the ball, and that's the only thing the defenses can actually do. So I think it will come down to passing, and I'm not sold on Gunnar Stockton. If you watch that kid, the next time you get a chance to watch Gunnar, watch how he doesn't go through his progressions. Like, it's shocking to me how often that kid he locks in on one receiver, and if he can't make that throw, he runs. So that's still better than Auburn, though. Auburn's like dead last in the conference or second to last in the conference in pass offense. So I think it'll come down to throwing, and I like Georgia.
All right, Russ Mitchell on Twitter at Russ Mitchell CFB. Let's talk about LSU South Carolina. This was an entertaining game a year ago in Columbia. LSU's had 2 weeks to stew over the loss to Ole Miss. Man, they need a good feeling in the belly after this Saturday, and South Carolina has not been very good. So how do you see it Saturday in Tiger Stadium?
Do you know where LSU ranks in the conference in rushing plays of more than 10 yards?
Last.
Dead last. Rushing yards per game, you know where they rank?
15th.
Only ahead of South Carolina. Rushing yards per attempt, only ahead of South Carolina. It's a good thing you're playing South Carolina this week. Look, I mean, what you do have is a good run defense, and they have a bad rushing offense. You're going to make this the Gamecocks one-dimensional. Sellers, he's going to hit some big plays because he's got that. He's got an arm and he's got a big frame, and he will hit big plays. But he'll also make a lot of mistakes, and those errors will be the death of the Gamecocks in Baton Rouge. I like LSU, and I like them to win comfortably. But all I'm watching for in this game is if LSU can get its rushing offense going. That's it. That's That's all I'm watching for.
Are you, where do you fall on the whole, everyone's had this conversation. I know people are sick of hearing it, but just like, where do you fall on Nussmeier, healthy, not healthy, whatever, and how much that might have affected LSU's offense in the first month?
Very little. I don't think it has very little. I mean, he's underthrown some deep balls, but he's also thrown some beautiful passes deep. And, there's nothing like averaging 6 yards a carry to make your quarterback look great.
Bingo. They got to get going offensively on the ground.
Nothing like averaging 4.5 yards a carry to make linebackers step up and opening up the whole middle of the field.
Yeah. I'd take 3.5 at this point.
Dude, I'd take.
You can't go much lower than 3.5. The point has been made. The point has been made. Yeah, they got to get going on the ground. All right, Russ. Hey, tell us about how did the coin thing that y'all were doing, the Echo, your guys at the Ryder Cup? Echo
we
Collectibles.
Sold out, and ironically, they sold more to Europeans than they sold to Americans, which maybe wasn't that surprising.
Yeah.
Perhaps they wanted to remember the event more, but. No, it was for a first go. It was great. We're actually chatting with some local folks, so hopefully there'll be some really lovely gold and silver coins available for collectors, Louisiana collectors, Tim. We'll see.
Love that. EchoCollectibles.com. EchoCollectibles.com. All right. Have a great weekend, and we'll look forward to doing it next week.
Later, brother. Take care.
See you. That's Russ Mitchell. It's AFR. We're brought to you by Supper Club. I got a text on the show text line over the weekend from listener Juan, who, by the way, shout out to Juan, who's listened since like the score 12-10 days. And Juan sent me a text over the weekend and was like, "Hey man, heard you talk about Supper Club. So my wife and I came." He said, all caps, "This place is amazing." Sent me video, getting the creme brulee and a torch and all that sort of stuff. And he texted me on the show text line again this morning and said, "Hey, man," when I asked him what they ordered, he said they got the A5 Sriracha Wagyu. And he said the snow crab goat cheese, pear salad, crab bisque, the herb beef, scallops. I mean, they went all in. And he said, my gosh, what a meal. Said it was so good, they're going back again tonight. And, by the way, a great night to go back, because I got a text today from Chef Layton over at Supper Club, and they just got in a new Sagrera cow. I've told you this before. Sagrera Farms in Ethel. The only two places you can get Sagrera beef is from Sagrera Farms or at Supper Club. And they have been having some incredible marbling from these cows from Sagrera that they're getting in a Supper Club. And they butcher the cow in-house there at Supper Club. They get the whole cow, and that's where they butcher down to all the different cuts. And he sent me this video. It's on my phone, but it's absolutely gorgeous. The ribeyes, the tomahawk ribeyes. I mean, this is you're talking about fresh. I mean, today they got the cow in. So you want to go to Supper Club Wednesday night, get on in. Remember, you can always eat at the bar without a reservation. So open seating at the bar, the 14 bar stools, the 7 bar tables. So if you don't have a reservation, you can always pop into the bar where it's first come, first serve, open seating. But great way to spend part of your weekend over at Supper Club. Get your reservation today at supperclubbtr.com. Supperclubbtr.com. All right, we appreciate Russ Mitchell for being here with us. Thanks again to Joe Murray from 98.5, the Sports Hub up in Boston. Was talking about the Pats with us last hour. Taylor Calandro in hour 1. You miss anything, AFR On Demand, presented by Breck Golf. Book your tee time at golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org. We'll knock out our final break of the show. Come back. Jimmy will be here for Auto Locks. Don't you move. It's AFR.
AFR.
Need security services you can count on? With Veteran Security Services, you're always protected. Locally owned and proudly serving the Gulf Coast, they're not some big national firm chasing profits. They're neighbors protecting neighbors. From petrochemical plants and healthcare facilities to port and maritime operations, Veteran Security delivers reliable protection you can trust. Choose community. Choose confidence. Choose Veteran Security Services. Visit veteransecurityfirm.com.
Raising Cane's is our victory meal.
Football fans are some of the most dedicated fans in sports. It's a fundamental quality we share, and that fuels every single order of our hand-battered chicken fingers. Wherever there's football, there's Raising Cane's.
One love. Let's go.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient, and you will have your pool in no time.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Down the stretch we come. Final segment here on a Hump Day edition of AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. Lowest prices, never any contracts. Visit yourgoodwood.com. All right, one thing left to do. Let's find out what we're betting on tonight. It's time for Otter Locks.
Otter Locks.
All right, time to win some money.
Presented by Total Maintenance AC Repair. Same-day service means you will never sleep hot. 480-1000. We are Total Maintenance.
I think it's safe to say that I won the bet.
Otter, how are you?
Dandy.
How did the first game finish?
Got off to a rough start, down 3-0, but we scored the next 9 and cruised to 9-4, maybe win for Detroit. So Tarek Skubal, they go back to Seattle, locked and loaded with Skubal, going to Game 5. So in a couple of nights.
Tell you what, when you're hot, you're hot. A couple more games tonight. As a matter of fact, all the series are in action. So Tigers already a winner, and 3 more games. So let's run through it. What are we looking at?
Cubs are in the 5th inning right now. They gave up a solo shot in the first. They responded with 4 in the bottom of the first. 1 run in the 4th for the Milwaukee Brewers. Top 5, Drew Pomeranz from Ole Miss in the pitch. Cubbies 4-2 in the 5th inning right now. 2 lopsided matchups tonight as far as the odds are concerned. Start off in Yankee Stadium in the Blue Jays are hot, but I don't give a Schlittler. We're going with the Yankees ace and the record star. We back on him tonight. And then late tonight, sorry, but, you know, a little bit of controversy to go with Aaron Nola over Jesus Sanchez. I forget which one the left-hander is. Sanchez for Philadelphia. Not nearly the season, but Nola's got more postseason experience.
Yeah.
But the deal here, I'm really not concerned about who's going for Philadelphia tonight. Yamamoto has been on fire. Their bullpen, as predicted, when we gave out that Dodgers plus $5.50 or $6 to win the World Series before they started, they got like guys like Tyler Glasnow and Kershaw instead of some of the other bullpen guys that they had that they really did struggle. So they're locked and loaded. We're going to go with the Dodgers minus 1 run. That's $1.30 is what it was earlier today. So Yankees money line, Dodgers minus 1, and the Cubbies. And I would hook them up to money line parlay.
Okay.
To get you plus a little money. Money line, not minus 1 on a parlay.
Right. The Dodgers are minus $1.30 on the minus 1 run. They're at minus $1.36. So.
And to clarify, it's minus 1, not 1.5.
Correct.
Which is only available at DraftKings and Bet Rivers.
Right. So. Correct. Check it out at DraftKings. Download the DraftKings app and get it on it right now. All right, Otter. Thursday. Where are y'all tomorrow?
We are at the original walk-ons and getting ready for game day. So, you know, we do that Modesto walk-on swing. It means a game. Big game's coming up for LSU. What do we say about Toronto's hot lineup tonight, now? I don't give a...
Oh, Schlittler. Yes. I don't give a Schlittler. By the way, that 2-pick parlay on the money line comes back plus $1.41.
Really?
Yeah, how about that?
Hello.
How about that?
Hello.
I'll take it.
Good.
All right, Otter, thank
Good.
you.
So, you
Have
know,
a
it
great...
was all home teams today.
Let's go.
All right. I thought there was pitching
1 minute remaining.
advantages in all 4 games. So, good luck.
Thank you, Otter. Same to you. That is Jimmy Ott. It's After Further Review. We're brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center. Jimmy, by the way, is a Williamson Eye Center patient, as am I, for very different reasons. I had LASIK 7 years ago. Jimmy had the custom lens replacement over with Dr. Blake Williamson. So, you know, the readers on the end of the nose, using the flashlight on the phone to see the menu because you can't read small print. You need possibly custom lens replacement. That'll take care of it. No, the point is, no matter your age or your refractive issue, the Williamson Eye Center have a solution for you. So call 924-2020. 924-2020. This feels like at the Oscars when they're playing you off the stage. I'm trying to talk about the Williamson Eye Center, and Toby's like, shut up, Scone. 924-2020, WilliamsonEye.com. WilliamsonEye.com. All right, it's going to do it for us here. Muse Pauly, thanks y'all. Have an awesome night. Thanks to all our guests. You made us anything AFR On Demand presented by Breck Golf. We'll see you tomorrow at 3.
After Further Review.
As we get on down the road, I'm going to remind you about Arco Power Systems, arco.com, 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 ARCCO, arco.com. Arco Power Systems, their business is your business. This is generator power for your business. What happens to your business when the power goes out? Think about that. What happens to your business when the power goes out? Well, Arco Power Systems is there for you. They're the backbone that supports the region when people are getting through a hurricane, a storm. They've literally had Black Hawks and National Guard pick up their guys to go help businesses get back online. Listen, if it's nursing homes, if it's grocery chains, hospitals, hotels, banks, chemical plants, gas stations, universities, governments, municipalities, it doesn't matter. If you need industrial energy, you need Arco Power Systems. This is not generator power for your home. This is for your business. Arco.com, arco.com, ARCCO, arco.com.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. And when you're cooking with clean, affordable propane, you're cooking with gas. In the wintertime, nothing heats a home like Louisiana propane. And when you need hot water, propane's got you covered. Oh, and you won't regret that propane generator when the power goes out. I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and to find more information and to find a propane dealer near you, visit louisianapropane.com.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Every winner knows a great play starts with a solid game plan and the right team by your side. At Sunshine, we're here to keep your operation running strong. From tractors to harvesters, we've got the John Deere equipment you need to tackle every job with confidence. Because when the work's done right, there's more time for the things that matter, like cheering on your favorite team. Make Sunshine Quality Solutions part of your playbook this season and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Supreme Jasmine is premium American-grown rice. From local farms to your table, every grain is supreme. Pick up a bag of Jasmine or any other of our Supreme American rice.
Tiger Country is 100.7 The Tiger. In the car on 100.7 FM or on the 100.7 The Tiger app. 90s country and beyond. 100.7 The Tiger.